Side of the box, little step over and it comes. McTominay! Oh, what a start that is! Scott McTominay with the most overhead kick you will ever see in Scotland. It's Scotland 1, Denmark 0. Scotland have the corner kick over on the left-hand side. It'll be taken by Lewis Ferguson in towards the near post. It's in! Scotland back in front! Lauren Shankland, I think, taking the acclaim over the far side as it swung into the near post. Denmark complained there was an infringement, but the referee has pointed to the centre spot. He says it's a goal. It's Scotland 2, Denmark 1. Back in towards the edge of the penalty area against a Danish head that gets to it. Not entirely clear. Kieran Tierney. Goal! Goal! Kieran Tierney has taken Scotland to the verge of World Cup return 27 years on, and that could be the goal that takes us back to the big time. It's Scotland 3, Denmark 2. Surely now the final whistle has got to come. Scotland just need to hold out for a few more seconds. My voice just needs to hold out for a few more seconds. Now Scotland will hold on to possession. It's McLean who's looking to go for goal from the halfway line. It's chipped straight. Glorious! Glorious! Kenny McLean from the halfway line. Scotland 4, Denmark 2. We are returning to the World Cup. What a night!
Well, hello and welcome to our World Cup watch-along as we get ready to find out Scotland's fate. It feels like we've been waiting a long time. It's only been 17 days since that incredible...
Is that all it's been?
That's all it's been, and it feels like it's been a lot longer than that. It is Amy Irons with you, alongside comedian and Scotland superfan Ray Bradshaw.
Hiya,
Ray, how are you?
I'm okay. I like our high-budget studio.
I was going to say it's producer James who's very much the brains of this whole operation and clearly went all out with the bunting, the flags, all sorts as we do our World Cup watch-along.
It's like he's gone on Amazon and seen how much is 17 mini Scotland flags. He's like, give us one big one as well.
And we'll wrap it round the entire room. Thank you very much for being with us, by the way. We are going to be, as we say, watching along to the draw. We're hopeful that you'll be able to see it on our screen. There we go.
Right in the middle of us.
Yes, so effectively we'll be able to be with you as we all take this in and just wait to see exactly who Scotland is going to be drawn alongside. And it's starting to feel quite real because obviously we can see the 4 pots on screen in front of us right now. And there we are, the Saltire Pot 3, Scotland were there, Ray.
I just gave a big smile. Also, do you want to know something quite funny? So Andrea Bocelli is currently playing. We're not sure whether we're going to be getting music able to be coming through or not. Bocelli is on right now. He's doing the same tour venue as me next year. He's doing the World Cup draw.
Why are you not doing the World Cup draw? Why are you not the warm-up to Bocelli during the World Cup draw?
Why do I look like I'm in a hostage situation whereas he's over in Washington getting to live his best life?
It is very classic American, isn't it? I think when you think of a World Cup draw, it's certainly, I mean, it's got all the pomp and all the ceremony. We've got Bocelli on stage right this second.
With his wee glasses, he looks great.
Yeah, we've then got Robbie Williams and Nicole Scherzinger. Now that is a collaboration I'd like to see if they just joined Bocelli right now.
What, right now? Robbie Williams just shouting rock DJ all the way through it. Scherzinger slip dropping in the background. It's exactly what we want to see.
You would expect all the big ceremony.
Kimberly Wyatt. Is she a pussycat doll?
Yes.
I met her.
Did you embarrass yourself?
Yeah, I talked to her about my chippy order to a pussycat doll. I was like, she was talking about Scottish stuff, and I was like, have you ever had a sausage supper? Have you ever had... It sounded like a chat line.
I was going to say, that's a chat line. That's a chat line if ever I've heard one. Oh, I like a good sausage supper, as Ray telling a pussycat doll.
And then trying to get her to try Iron Brew. And then I remember I went back to my mate's house. And he was like, how was your day? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. Like, I think I've just fumbled. I had no chance at the best of times, but it was just bad.
Is it one of those moments that just then you go over and over it afterwards in your head and you just think, why did I say that?
I've got so many, like the time I said yes to this, like so many different ones. You've got tons of them as you go.
Where would you rather be? Because we're all anxiously going to be watching this and waiting for the moment, so we might as well do it together.
So my concern is because I won't be able to show you the full thing, but if you look on the screen right now, we have the official FIFA World Cup, final draw, standard running order. There are so many different things on this, including the FIFA President Welcome Address. So Gianni Infantino will be coming
Who we're
on.
seeing, we can actually see it on the screen now, sitting alongside President Trump.
Yeah, and then President Trump is getting the, what is it, the Peace Prize?
Yes.
He's getting that later on, no comment. And then we've also got, it's hosted, do you know who it's hosted by, this event? The World Cup draw?
The whole thing. I mean,
Yeah.
there are a number of different hosts, are there not?
Heidi Klum
Yes.
and Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
hosting the main bit.
that
is very
and
much
you
the
and
American.
you guys get this. You guys get Amy Irons and Ray Bradshaw hosting
Unlucky.
the Scottish perspective.
So I didn't realise Robbie Williams and Nicole Scherzinger are doing together.
Yes.
And then it's followed by a video called Football Unites the World. So they're going to do like one of those Black Eyed Peas, Where's the Love? They're going to do a cover of something, surely.
Something iconic, something big, we think.
I don't think iconic. I think cheesy as anything.
so?
Well, the whole thing's finishing with the YMCA, isn't it?
The Village People, yes.
It's our first one ever. What do you want in terms of draw? Are you wanting...
I've been thinking about this so much because I mean I'm not even going to begin to try and run through all the permutations because producer James sent us a document last night, didn't he? About 10 pages long, all the things that might and might not happen and what happens if we're drawn against various teams. And I think it's safe to say that, I mean, there's what we hope for. I, at one point, thought, I want a glamour tie. You know, you almost want...
One of the big sexy
one
countries.
of the big...
Yeah.
You want to see... You
A
want
Messi.
to see Messi. You want to see Grant Hanley just like going up against and trying to stop Messi
Grant
running at the
Hanley
box.
against Messi feels like a war crime. That
It
does
doesn't
not
feel fair,
like...
does it?
No, I don't think... I think football should be played with two species that are the same. And I feel like Messi and Hanley might not be.
But you'd love to see that. So I was going through my head. I thought, would we like to see one of the big glamour ties like that? Or do we want the easiest possible route? Because I would love this to be the occasion that Scotland make it out of our group.
We won
and
our group.
I don't know if people think I'm a bit daft to say it right now, but I honestly think we're in with a really good chance of getting out of the group stages. I think because it's an expanded tournament.
Yes, 48 teams. So third place in most of the groups get through.
The 8 best third place teams get through.
Out of 12, is it?
12 groups.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. I read that document last night and I could smell toast. It was an absolute mind-altering moment. It was, we're just seeing a wee Scott McTominay overhead kick goal in the background. It's so exciting. It's so exciting, this. I have got for you the best case and the worst case scenario groups.
Is this worked out by AI or something, or is this just in your opinion?
This is worked out by world rankings.
Okay.
So we've got a 1 in 11 chance of playing Mexico in the opening game. I personally, I don't know about you, where would you want to be? Would you want to be in the West Coast fixtures, the Central Belt, or the East Coast?
I think East Coast.
East Coast for me.
East Coast.
I did a thing with Simon Calder, the travel expert for BBC, and he said we have a 40% chance of being East Coast. My brother's over in the East Coast. Lots of Scottish people emigrated on the East Coast.
Yeah.
It'd be easier.
It's just a wee bit easier to get to, a little bit more favourable in terms of time difference, temperature, as well as, I mean, it's going to be roasting wherever.
Is this the main feed from BBC? Because so far what they've shown us is Scott McTominay's goal and England losing to France. So I don't know who's running it, but I'm a big fan of this.
I think it might be the BBC Scotland directors that are somehow involved in this, because the first thing we did see in the feed, which is going out on television right now, was Scott McTominay's absolutely sensational overhead kick.
And then they've just shown us Tchouaméni and Oliver Giroud scoring for France. And what would that be? That was the Euros. That was the Euros, obviously, was it? Or no, it was the World Cup.
That was the World Cup.
World Cup, and Harry Kane missing a penalty, of course, right? So, based on rankings, I've just done the Trump hand gesture as well. I'm right into it. Oh, no.
I'm not going to try an impression
I've caught it.
Based on world rankings.
Based on world rankings, the best group would be Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. That is our best case scenario. Or worse.
So you can absolutely guarantee we won't be getting that.
Worse. Oh my word! Look at Heidi Klum and Kevin Hart.
Heidi Klum looking absolutely sensational in a gold sequin dress. We are just starting what looks like the kind of proper introduction to the ceremony, and Kevin Hart standing next to Heidi Klum. I mean, just,
you know how you get...
They've gone all out in terms of glitz and glamour.
Yeah, but you know how you see those memes and it's a couple approaching a girl saying, "We saw you from across the bar." That's what they look like, that couple. Like they are about to try chat someone up. So they're welcoming on Gianni Infantino. I cannot stress how many times I think Kevin Hart would take to work out who that man is. He has had no concept of him before, ever.
You don't think so?
Not
You don't
never.
think he knows who the FIFA president is? You're not putting Kevin Hart down as a big football fan?
No, not at all. I bet you. He was like, I don't want to do the World Cup draw, and they were like, it's $4 million. He's like, yeah, I'd love to do it actually. So here we have Big Gianni coming up.
So there he is. You can see him on the screen live, the Kennedy Centre in Washington, properly introducing the draw, and obviously all the nations who'll be there waiting to find out their fate. I want to see the camera cut to Steve Clark, Ray.
Steve Clark's there. Stephen Naismith is there. Do you think Ian Maxwell's there?
I would imagine so.
I've got Ian Maxwell's phone number. Should we phone him?
And hope that his phone's on loud.
Imagine you're watching this and it's just a ring of the former St Mirren defender ruining the draw. Could be a plan. Actually, my wife saw him on Monday. Yeah, I suppose you could fly to America between Monday and Friday. That makes sense.
If you had the chance, of course. I mean, if anybody had the chance to be there, you would 100% be flying out.
Yeah.
Even though have you seen the weather?
Yeah, -3. Yeah.
Snowing.
I was over in America. So my brother lives in Ann Arbor in Michigan. I was there this time last year. Oh, there's Trump getting a shout out.
Sitting next to his wife Melania.
Who's he next to?
Melania.
Yeah, no, but who else is going to sit up next to him?
I don't know. I wonder if there's an empty seat.
Yeah, I feel like if you look left, it's just Gareth Southgate's waistcoat. It just lay there because no one wanted to sit there, so they'll leave it a gap for that. He's just going to suck up to everyone, isn't he? So who's he shouting to now? Oh, they need to put names up and stuff like that because
Yeah, this is when
it looks
Ray
like.
and I are trying to work out who everyone
Also,
is.
the graphics they've done is it looks like an episode of Blind Date. So if they go back to those 3 screens, it's like, oh, you don't want to pick number 2. That's Trump. You don't want to go on a date with that
Here's
guy. Man.
matching everyone. So you were saying, Ray, your brother is in the East Coast.
Yeah, and
he's not at the draw.
No, it was -7 when I was there this time last year. So yeah, it's not ideal. In terms of worst case scenario for the group, it would be on world rankings: Argentina, Morocco, who did as bad.
I was going to say we don't need to revisit Morocco.
And a European playoff winner, which could be Italy. So that could be one of our groups.
Because in pot 4 at the moment, there are, I think, 6 teams that have still obviously to be decided through the playoffs, which are going to be in March. And when you think about some of the strength of teams in there, we're talking Denmark, Italy. I mean, Wales are in there as well.
Yeah, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Ukraine, Sweden, Poland, Albania, Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, Kosovo, Denmark, North Macedonia, Czech Republic, Republic of Ireland. And then in the other 2 ones, it could be Jamaica against New Caledonia. The winner of that plays Democratic Republic of Congo in the final, so it could be any of those 3. Or Bolivia or Suriname playing Iraq. It's almost like you've just done spin the bottle in the globe and just picked random nation. New Caledonia playing Jamaica, yes please. Steve McLaren's just left Jamaica as well. And they'll play the Democratic Republic of Congo, which means, so that's an Oceania country, a CONCACAF against an African team, and then you've got a South American one against Iraq. So interesting.
I mean, there are so many countries in there, though, Ray, that would never be pot 4.
No.
And, I mean, as you mentioned, Italy, Denmark. I don't think Scotland want to be drawn against teams like that who you would expect to come through their playoff.
You would expect.
You would expect, but we just never know. We are just so glad, obviously, that Scotland are not having to think about the playoffs and the fact that we're there, we're at the draw, and in in about an hour's time, maybe an hour and a half's time, we should have a much better idea as to.
That's so optimistic for timing. I'm thinking 3.5 hours here. If you are watching and you enjoyed it, put some comments in. We can interact. So comment below on YouTube.
We've got a lot of chat to have before we actually find out Scotland's fate. So tell us maybe your ideal group, the group of death, effectively.
Or just one nation that you want to play.
Yeah.
Just one. Curacao,
yes, who've become.
You do the news, so the pressure's on you.
Yeah,
I don't do the news, so I can just make up words.
I am so sure that's how you're saying
Haiti?
Haiti.
Yeah.
But Curacao, the smallest nation to ever make it to a World Cup.
Population the same as Dundee, I checked earlier.
Yes.
150,000. Imagine playing Dundee in the World Cup. That feels mad. Not even United, just Dundee.
Elvis leading the way.
Stephen Presley looks like a World Cup manager. Stephen Presley, I always think, looks like a waiter in Greece that would give you a free shot with your meal afterwards. He's got that vibe Always think, you know that way he's wearing a white shirt with a wee stain?
Yeah,
He's
you
obviously-
can
Aye.
drop him wherever the World Cup is happening, and
Yeah.
Stephen Presley we think would
Yeah.
fit right in.
Have
This is by the way a good little taster as to what I think the next hour and a half is going to be like, because I think probably when BBC Scotland commissioned this and thought, let's put Amy and Ray next to each other,
Yeah.
let's do this live watch along, they thought, we'll get some good analysis, we'll be following along,
No.
we'll be talking about all the permutations. No, we're talking about
I
absolute
give it 45
random
minutes
things.
until I'm talking about which football I think is most likely to get gout. I think that is the way this is going to go. We'll just be filling time. We'll do that way. We should say, actually, we are joined by guests throughout the next couple hours. We've got some lined up, some who have left us on red.
Yeah,
some
we've
who we're
essentially,
trying to
this
get.
is a little peek behind the curtain, isn't it? About 5 minutes, because Ray and I both arrived probably about 15 minutes before
Yeah.
this stream started. You with a number of Scotland tops in your bag. I rocked in having just somehow managed to slam my own hand in the door of the toilet.
Is that why I couldn't get into that toilet?
I broke the door in the process. So no, it was a very chaotic deciding to get in
Yeah.
here, and then we've got a couple of guests set up who we're going to try and speak to in the next wee while. But apart from that, we're essentially just hitting up our WhatsApp.
I've just
You've
seen-
just made. Did you message Pat Nevin?
I've just missed Pat Nevin. It's a sad day when it's a Friday at 5 p.m. and you're messaging Pat Nevin, you up. Like, it is a sad day, but we've got to do what we've got to do. But see, I just heard Gianni Infantino do a call and response with the audience. So, listen,
What's he doing?
what is he doing? Is he about to Seven Nation Army?
What was happening there? He's obviously doing something for all the host nations.
This is gutting, though, because this realised...
This is when you realise this could have been you, because
No.
this feels like almost the kind of warm-up bit,
This
getting
has
the
been
crowd.
Oh, is that all I'm good for, Amy? Cheers. No, this feels like I didn't get the shout to write Gianni Infantino's jokes for this. And it's
Who
gone.
did?
It's gone to, I don't know, Chris Forbes or someone like that. Someone else. Another Scottish comic.
Have you messaged him yet?
No, I've not actually messaged Forbes. I think he's doing panto. Like, we'll try and do that. Right, let's get our first guest in. So we oh wait. So Kevin Hart, Gianni Infantino, and Heidi Klum are all... It sounds like the start of a joke, doesn't it?
It does.
They all walk into a bar.
Yeah.
I feel that they did not tell Kevin Hart there was a dress code.
Yeah, I was going to say this is very much when they say smart casual, or how confused I get when something says lounge attire.
What's lounge attire?
Like
Pajamas?
sorry, not lounge attire, lounge suit.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, lounge attire is pajamas.
The dress code is always it is pajamas.
Is that why you slammed your hand in the door? Trying to get...
My lounge suit. No, but it does kind of look like this. Do you not think, if you're looking at the screen, it's almost somebody said, wear what you're comfortable in. And Heidi Klum just turns up looking like a disco ball, and Kevin Hart's just casual.
Kevin Hart
He's
looks
been-
like, do you ever do this when you turn up to an event and you're wearing your casual clothes before you get changed? He's like ran out of time.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I should have put
There's
this on.
nothing more offensive when that happens, though. I've turned up places before and they say, "Are you getting your hair and makeup done? Or you need a room to get changed?" I'm like, "No, I'm going as I am."
Oh, I've just found out Hugh Jackman is a FIFA ambassador. Hugh Evans, global
yes.
citizen. Yeah, there's Hugh Jackman talking about children, 100,000 children. This is the mad thing, right? Literally, if you don't look at this for 2 seconds, you miss the whole theme of what's happening. So it jumps about. I can see we've got a call coming in.
Yes, let's go to ESPN commentator. He is in the States. Mark Donaldson joins us on the live stream. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Amy, how are you?
We are very good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I have a 1993 Scotland away top behind me now. That used to fit me 22 years ago. That's now why it's on the wall.
Welcome to
It's
my
a good
life.
place to have it.
Wait, I've had to put my headphones on the head because you sound like the BFG has just come in.
I know, but we'll see if we can do anything.
It's
We'll,
just-
you'll be able to hear us fine, but we've got you. It sounds like you're actually just shouting in our ear right now, Mark. But we'll rather than being across the pond. But yes, how are you? How are you feeling? What's the last couple of weeks been like? Obviously, since Scotland qualified, what's the reaction been like stateside?
There's a huge expat community over here. Obviously, it's a massive country, so we don't just go around to everybody's house and kind of ask how you're feeling. I mean, Stevie Nicol and Craig Burley, who I work with, live just around the corner. But Burley doesn't allow any visitors, and Nicol's miserable at the best of times. Now, of course, Stevie had that chance against Uruguay that in 1986 forced Ian St John, watching on TV, to have kittens, and Burley scored in 98, and he's the last Scot to score at a World Cup, and he was also sent off against Morocco. So hopefully the former changes, but hopefully he remains the last Scot to be sent off at a World Cup. But everyone's buzzing over here. Can't wait for this. It's been a long time. I mean, the morning of, what would it have been, December 97, when the World Cup draw for 98 was made? That's a long time.
Burley seems like the kind of guy that would say you're not allowed to come round unless he's got his tooth in. Like, do you know that way? Like there's a hierarchy. You're not allowed to see him behind the mask. It's a Cinderella moment. Over there, let's be honest, Mark. Scotland qualify for the World Cup. It's in America. Are you thinking to yourself, show me the money? Because you are the go-to guy, surely, right now.
There has to be other people. I mean, as I said, Burley's down the road. Nichol's down the road as well. I could pass on their number. Why do you want to speak to me when you've got those two?
You've just smiled more than they have in the last 2 years.
And you also answer the phone to us, Mark.
Yeah.
I do, and it was also, I stayed up until midnight so I could do a pre-record on Radio Scotland's, whatever it's called now, breakfast show, with Lucy White. So I'm happy to speak as much about Scotland, because there's been enough opportunities over the past 25, 30 years where no one's been calling anybody about Scotland. You're going to make the most of this, and hopefully we get glamorized. I was listening to the start of your show, and do we want the kind of big guns? Do we want Grant Hanley against Lionel Messi? Or do we want, I'd love Canada, just because I was in Vancouver a couple of weeks ago, and it's a city that everybody who goes there will fall in love with from a Scottish perspective. Loads of Scots there as well. So I'll take what I get. I just hope it's something a wee bit different. I don't want the same names. And you got to remember as well, prior to the Euro draw, it's like Hungary, great, and then Hungary the morning of the game were like yes, and then after the game we're like no. So there's no such thing as an easy or a hard game for Scotland. I'm just so happy we're in it.
Yeah, what do you think Scotland will actually be able to do when they're there, Mark? Because obviously it's an expanded World Cup, it's 48 teams, and the 8 best third place finish will make it through past the group stage. What do you think we'll be able to do? Can you see us actually making an improvement from the Euros?
Ask me in 90 minutes. Simply because we'll know. I mean, if I sit here and say yes, we'll be at least third. When we had a chance to beat Hungary and get through, and we screwed that up. I've been told I'm not allowed to swear because it's an official BBC thing, so I shall not. I shall adhere to that. But in 90 minutes' time, we'll know. One of the keys to getting one of the big nations is they're probably going to beat everybody. However, remember Brazil against Norway in 98 when we needed a bit of help. We didn't do it ourselves, but Norway beating Brazil. So that's another thing. If you do get one of the big sides, I'd prefer that to be the final group game. If they've won the first two and they're already through and maybe rest a couple. So, yeah, one of the big ones would be great, but I can't predict right now. I think it would be a big achievement if we could get through, and given a bit of luck with the draw, getting a beatable pot 4 side, because you've got to remember as well, everyone's thinking Scotland's a beatable side. But if we can get a team that are happy to be here, then I think that's important. The other thing I would say, if we get Iran in pot 2 or Haiti in pot 4, Mr. Trump does not allow anybody from Iran or Haiti into this country right now. So there might be more tickets available for the Tartan Army for those games. So that's something to look out for as well.
No, that'll be gutting when we lose 2-0 to Haiti and all you can hear is their players cheering, none of the fans. That'll be worse.
Iran, Peru, Costa Rica, Haiti.
Let me ask you a question, Mark. You mentioned that Hunger game. What would you rather watch? 90 minutes of that game again, or 90 seconds of Nicole Scherzinger and Robbie Williams doing a duet? What would you prefer to watch?
I'd do 90 minutes of Nicole Scherzinger and Robbie Williams. I'm a girl dad. I've got a 7-year-old. She likes all that stuff. Alex Warren, Benson Boone, Robbie Williams, Nicole Scherzinger. I'll take all of that. I sat through in the stadium the 90 minutes and in Stuttgart against Hungary, and it was soul destroying because it was there for us. And I just hope that Steve Clarke has learned that for Scotland it's no longer, because of his achievements and the players' achievement, it's no longer just a success to get there. We've been there. Now it's a success to get through. He's done something that no other Scottish manager has done before, qualified for 3 major tournaments. It's time to get us through to the knockout stages will never have a better chance unless they keep doubling the number of people that get to the World Cup. So wait till 2050, whenever that's going to be held, and Scotland are playing against Haiti in a playoff in the United States, and no Haiti fans are in attendance, and we're struggling to get into a 128-team tournament. That's all something to look forward to.
That tournament will be played in Dubai. It's got that feeling,
Yes.
doesn't it? Let me ask you an actual journalistic question. I feel
Are you sure about that, Ray?
Let's do it. You're obviously over in the States. There's chat of expanded squads in this one. There's 26 players, could be 30. The likes of Ryan Gauld, Lewis Morgan, Ryan Porteous doing quite well in the MLS. What do you think their chances are of making it into the squad for this tournament?
Well, Vancouver will play against Lionel Messi's Inter Miami in the MLS Cup final this weekend. Obviously, Vancouver with Thomas Muller now, as well as Ryan Gauld. So Ryan Porteous did all right against LAFC. He's playing with Sun Heung-min there, and they were beaten by Vancouver. So, look, it's an opportunity for players. I suppose it's harder, Ray, for MLS players because this weekend is the last game of their season, and we won't see them again until maybe February or March. But it's an opportunity when that starts. We've got, 2 friendlies in March coming up, and then a couple of friendlies in June before we go to the World Cup. I don't know how many Steve Clarke's got. I mean, if we do have squads of 26, he's probably got 20 or 21. There's only a handful of places up for grabs. But look at Billy Gilmore, who's recovering right now from a serious injury. Hopefully he'll be back. Ben Doak as well. You just never know. There's always some key players that miss the World Cup. So if you're in a position, say for example, James Penrice, I'm speaking as a Hearts fan, but he's done well at AEK Athens. We've also got the decent player at Tynecastle just now, who's doing really well at left back, and Harry Milne. What happens if Andy Robertson, unfortunately, would get hurt, or what happened if Kieran Tierney?
I know.
Don't name
I'm
names.
just saying.
We don't want to start jinxing it here, Mark, because in all honesty, that is going to be one of the most important factors. Is that we need our big players to be fighting fit and to be on form if we're to have any chance of being able to, as you say, not just go and show that we're there, but of actually being able to put on the kind of performances that we know Scotland can as well. It'll hinge on, a handful of our really key players being able to turn up when it comes to those group games.
One of the things I hate, and it's not just over here, is someone saying, I'm going to give 110% today. You cannot give 110. You can only give 100%. Now, all the Scotland players will give 100%. But if you can add to that, not percentage numbers, but any extra effort or whatever, you're going to get that from players like John McGinn, like Andy Robertson, like these guys that probably know it's their last World Cup. They will leave absolutely everything out on the pitch. Look at Andy Robertson at the end of the Greek game, I think it was, when he was wondering what's going on, are we out? And then word came through, hold on, Denmark's drawing with Belarus. This means everything to him and the rest of the players. Good friend of mine, Craig Gordon, desperate for him to get some game time at the World Cup. It's going to be his last, I hope. Because, I mean, he ain't going to be playing at 47.
75-year-old Craig Gordon playing.
I've said this before, I've said this on air. I do not know if we can afford his travel insurance.
I love that line. That's one of the best. Magnificent.
A 43-year-old man going to the World Cup doesn't seem right. It's going to be 35 degrees, 40 degrees. There was chat, I don't know if you saw this, Amy. Thomas Tuchel, the England manager, came out yesterday and said he might keep his subs indoors during the games because the temperatures will be so hot. Is that something that's common out there, Mark?
Right. I was going to show you my phone with the temperature. Today, I'm in Connecticut, northern Connecticut, halfway between Boston and New York. It's minus 14 in your money. It is absolutely Baltic right now. So it's not a Winter World Cup like it was in Qatar. It's a Summer World Cup. So Vancouver will be nice. It'll be a decent temperature. It'll be high 70s, low 80s. But if you're in the stifling heat of Texas, or if you're in Guadalajara, or if you're in Monterrey, or Mexico City, or Miami, or Atlanta, LA is going to be really hot as well. I remember back in the 1986 World Cup when Scotland played in Mexico, and Scotland went to, I think it was either Albuquerque or around that area, Santa Fe, to get the altitude for Mexico City. That's another thing as well. There's no games in Denver, which is the mile-high city, but Mexico City is really high as far as altitude is concerned. So there's a lot of things to think about. The planning will already have started from the backroom staff at the SFA and all the other nations. In about 60 minutes now, it will be put in place as to what we need to do And what about the fans? They'll be on Sky Scanner and all the websites trying to get the best deals. Logistics is going to be fun.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit livid that I was doing this because I can't go on Sky Scanner, but then they don't release what days the fixtures are till tomorrow. That's fine. Also, if you want an idea of how my mind works, Amy, I was thinking you're getting an insight into it. Mark, you said you live in Connecticut.
Yes.
My first thought was you've got a job for WWF because that is where their headquarters is. Is that correct?
It is. Down in Stamford, yeah.
Are you denying the links between you and WWE?
No, I'm not, because I really annoyed my mother and father back in 1988 when we took us over to Disney, me and my sister, for the first time. And it was around the time where the Macho Man was about to become the Macho King, Randy Savage, and him and his wife Elizabeth, who was about to become Queen Elizabeth. And I said, I want to watch the wrestling on USA Network. I don't want to come to Disney. No, that wasn't a good idea. So yes, I would love to. A couple of friends of mine work for the WWE, but I spend my life commentating on football, and it's getting to the stage where players don't need to be touched anymore to fall over. So there is a similarity between the two.
Very much.
How
so.
many people, Mark, have you had already tapping you up to try and stay with you?
The entire BBC Scotland Sports Department, as a start. Producer James, see, there's a priority list, and they're all at the top. So I've had a few, but the problem is a lot of my relatives are English. My sister's married to an Englishman. All my nieces and nephews are English down there. And they're like, no, we don't want to come over for the group stages. Can we book the knockout stages and maybe the quarters and the semis? I'm like, come on now. That's a bit cruel. So after everyone's gone back to Scotland, you want me to wash the sheets and get ready for you guys as well? You know what group they're going to get. I mean, it's like the Absolutely sketch, isn't it? There was an article by Michael Grant in the Times this week about your Scot Squad chief inspector, or whoever he was back in the day, in Scotland, Brazil, Argentina, Spain, Italy, Scotland, Brazil, England, my mum, Marks and Spencer's. We know it's going to happen. It's just not fair.
I wouldn't fancy Scotland against Marks and Spencers. I think we could struggle there.
We'd find a way against Percy Pig to screw
Yes.
up.
Oh no, we're not getting past Percy Pig or Colin the Caterpillar.
No.
We're just having a wee eye on what's obviously happening. Mark, have you got the draw on a screen in front of you as well?
No,
We can see
I'm
on stage and Donald Trump, and this is the special award that's being presented.
I mean, I get the feeling
Trump.
we don't do a peace prize every World Cup draw, do we? Is this a new thing?
This is very much a new
thing, James? Yeah.
Yeah, this is. I don't think this isn't been
It
done before.
looks mad, and also the prize they're giving is like 5 hands reaching up from the ground to grab a ball, like it's an insurgents from below the ground. It's very, very odd.
I wonder if we
Not
can
the
pop that
Tennant
back
Sixties
up on-
trophy, is it?
No, nothing.
I think we'll be able to show you if we can pop it up on our screen at the bottom.
There we
There
go.
we go.
That's
so
the
that's
award he gets.
that's not the actual size of the real award behind their heads. No, there you go. There you go. It's
And
the,
what you can't actually tell right now is Kevin Hart is standing directly behind that trophy. You just can't see it. So that's a nice optical illusion they've got.
When are you coming over here, Ray, by the way? I went to saw Kevin Bridges on Broadway a couple of weeks ago. It's time for a wee Bradshaw NYC tour, surely.
If I can
the man's busy enough.
if
You've
I
got
can-
how many gigs have you got here in Scotland?
Oh, I've got so many. I just like money, so I'll just do anything. I would love to come out soon. The problem is American visas are so hard to get for stand-ups.
Really?
Yeah, so I could do it under a fake name. So I might come over doing the.
No, don't do that. Trust me. Don't do that. The issue I had, I mean, I've got my citizenship now, but that took 10 years to get. I tell you who you could come in as: Liam Boyce,
Yes,
former Heart striker in Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
Yes, you've had John Hartson, Liam Boyce, and
phrase that better. Come on, someone's just tuned in and you're throwing out those allegations. Come on, Amy. You get Liam Boyce. The first time I did a gig at Tynecastle, and I walked up, and it was Gary Locke's testimonial, and I walked in, and there was artwork all at the side, and I was like, "Geez, they've spent a lot of money on this." And then I realised I was looking at a picture of Liam Boyce and not myself. So I was like, "Oh, that's the worst." Like, he doesn't like me. He because have I not? I must have told you this. The first time I met him, James, have I told you this? The first time I met him, I did the gig. Hearts playing the cup final against Rangers. They lost 3-0. The night before, I went to the hotel and did a gig for just the team, no one else. Awful gig. Josh
Well,
Ginnelly.
there for a start.
That's
you're
why
not-
we lost.
I was going to say that's.
they were tired from last
Cheers,
year.
Ray.
None of them could
Josh-
sleep after it.
Yeah, Josh Ginnelly. I think they all could sleep after it. That was the problem. Josh Ginnelly.
Slept during it.
£600 Yeezys on. But Liam Boyce was there, and I walked in. I can't say his exact words, but his exact words, he pointed at me and went, "Oh, I effing hate you." And I was like, "Why?"
Oh, wow.
He was like, every time you say something stupid on Sky Sports, I get tagged in it like 40 times. And I was like, "Hey, how do you think I feel every time you miss a penalty?" Like, it's exactly the same thing.
And he's never spoken to you since.
No, I did a tour trying to find people who look like me. I messaged him twice. He never responded.
Oh,
That
well,
was that.
Liam, if you are watching,
So
this is your chance.
Yeah.
I've got my phone here because let's just bring in a couple of comments. I enjoy this one from Ken and Mary Hill. He says, obviously describing the trophy that we've seen that's been given to Trump. The trophy looks like zombie hands trying to grasp the world, a thing of beauty, says Ken and Mary Hill. And Duncan 35 on YouTube has been in touch saying, Scott's here in Florida as well. Come to Disney World and then to Miami. So,
I was in Miami last year. What a city Miami is. I genuinely fear for our ginger population in Guadalajara and Mexico City. We are not built for those kind of ones. Mark, give us your ideal group. Three teams. What's your ideal group?
I'd love Canada, and not because I think they're probably the best of the pot one seeds for us, just because the games, if we played against Canada, the first one would be in San Francisco against a pot two side. The second one would be in Vancouver at BC Place, which is a brilliant stadium. It's right beside the hockey venue, and I went to see the Canucks play. So everything's downtown in Vancouver. There's Vancouver Island. That is amazing. And the third game would be against the pot four team in Seattle. And you can drive in 3 hours. Okay, you're 6 hours at the border trying to get through customs, but that would be my ideal group. The one I don't want Italy from pot four, assuming that they get through or that section. We know we can have a maximum of one other European side, but the odds suggest that we'll be the only European team in the group. I hope that's the case. So Canada. Now you've put me off Haiti. I'll stick with them because I want more Scotland fans going to the game. So Canada, Haiti, and Iran would be, and there'll be loads of tickets available for Scotland.
What do you think, Mark? How do you think US fans would respond to Scots being in the same group as them?
There was an interview with several people from the St Andrews Club in Washington on Reporting Scotland this week that I saw, and a friend of mine who actually took over from at Talk 107 back in the day. There's a blast from the past. Dominic Diamond, the former Games Master host. Dominic. So I took over from Dominic, and I saw his message when he heard that as well. And it's the sketch from Still Game when they go over to Canada and they put on their Canadian accent because they're trying to order a pint at a bar. And that's exactly what it sounded like when whoever did the interview in the St Andrews Club in Washington, D.C. There's loads of Scots over here. I just wish it wasn't as expensive as it will be to get around. Don't get me started on the tickets. I think they'll be a little bit cheaper nearer the time. Like Scotland, say Scotland against a nation that's not a big nation or doesn't have a big following. I think there'll be a lot of tickets available closer to the time because people have bought tickets and they were like, oh God, I can't sell these now. So if you haven't got yours and won't get them through the Scotland Supporters Club, don't give up hope, because if we get a big venue against a smaller nation, I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of tickets available kind of in the build up to that game.
Yeah, because it's the whole dynamic pricing thing, isn't it,
Sure.
Mark? So it's like if everybody can it's like the scene from Braveheart. Hold, don't go rushing.
But you know that's not going to happen, Amy.
I know.
You know that's not going to happen. I was fortunate enough. I did the Visa pre-sale draw and I went for the Scotland TST tickets, team-specific tickets. And I'm fortunate enough to get tickets for each of the Scotland game. I just got one, $225 each I paid. And that was dynamic pricing. There was a little bit of interest in those, not as much as I thought there would be. England tickets for Category 3 were going at $1,250. US tickets were going at $1,500 for Category 3 because there was so much interest. So there's your dynamic pricing. But what they have said, FIFA, thankfully, is the allocations for each football association. So the SFA will get their allocation and they will be at set prices. They will not be dynamic pricing. So how generous of them.
So I'll just recap what you've missed on the telly there, Mark. You had Lionel Scaloni, the Argentina manager, bringing the World Cup in, but they made him wear gloves, so he looked like a snooker referee, which was very enjoyable. Interviewing Roberto Carlos. Mark, we're going to let you go.
Yes,
but are you
going to
jump back on later on?
After we know which cities, I'll give you a brief kind of how to get there and what they're like. And then I'm doing something on reporting Scotland later as well. But you get priority because you
Oh,
lovely.
we love
Mark,
you as well,
thank
Mark.
you for joining us, and we'll speak to you soon. Enjoy the draw.
Thanks, guys.
And make sure you wave to all the celebrities you recognise on telly. We'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Mark.
Let's read out some comments, and then we're going to get our
we've got
next
plenty coming in,
guest
I
on.
think.
So let's see.
David Moncoeur says, bring on Argentina. If we're going to get pumped by any pot one team, it may as well be the world champions. I'm kind of with him.
Yeah.
You know, if you have to take a pot one hammering,
Yeah.
you would take it.
I watched you hesitate at the phrase pot one pumping. That was very enjoyable. I could see it in your eyes.
You know me so well.
Yeah.
You can read my mind, right, Bradshaw?
That was from Mad McMahon 4922, who did say he is enjoying this because he couldn't hear Robbie Williams sing. So that was perfect. I do what we're realizing now that we've not thought of. It's really hard to read YouTube usernames, isn't it?
Yes.
Because on
all
Twitter,
blends in.
or they have to be a succinct one. This one, India Alpha November 8217. I nailed that. Scotsman living in Dubai watching the draw with a very grumpy 3-month-old baby. But the good thing is that 3-month-old baby will be 9 months when the World Cup comes around, and you can get a cute wee Scotland strip for that.
And is it still at the size that if you're booking a flight, you can
Yeah,
you don't
for
have to
free,
book you,
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
you don't have to book a
That's-
separate child seat.
That's a good point.
So yes, if
do
you're
you know,
heading,
do you know who this guy is on telly?
no,
No, die. So you've got a guy, he just interviewed Roberto Carlos, and then they dapped each other up at the end. I can see Ronald Koeman in the background, actually.
yes,
That's the
we're
first...
back. We're back to Heidi Klum. Oh, we've got our little screen at the bottom here. So yes, we're just keeping an eye on everything in terms of timings. The actual draw, I think
I've got it
you've got the
here.
running order. I think the chat was, I say this as if I have direct communication to the directors of the World Cup draw here, but I think the chat was that things are running slightly behind.
Well, we've not
Albeit
seen...
we've had Trump on screen, and the speech itself didn't seem to go on probably as
No,
long as it might
I'll be
have.
honest, I did not watch it. We're on to page 2, actually. Introduce host nations football video. That'll be coming up now. And then there's a live performance to but it doesn't say who it is. There's a fandom video, a FIFA ambassador reveal, and then the draw is conducted by Rio Ferdinand and Samantha Johnson. And the 4 draw conductors, mental. Do you know? Have you seen this? Aaron Judge, I presume he's
I've seen so many names, but as for what each individual person is doing,
So they introduced the draw assistants. They are Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Aaron Judge, and Wayne Gretzky. That is madness. What I would love it.
see if it was in Scotland, who would it be?
I'd be Rod Stewart going, ooh. That's what Shaquille...
Rod Stewart, Susan Boyle.
It's not Susan Calman. She would do it. She's on every advert. She would do it.
Lewis Capaldi.
Capaldi would be doing the musical number
Yep.
with Michelle McManus.
Yes.
And then...
That would be like the Robbie
Amy,
Williams,
let's be
Nicole
honest,
Scherzinger.
you'd be presenting this. You'd be
I mean,
presenting this.
I don't know.
You...
I
100%
know
would.
I like
Amy,
work.
Amy, Jackie Bird's retired. You would be presenting this. That's how it goes. That's the rules. It goes Jackie, then it's you, and then who's next after you? Do you know if have they regenerated that person yet?
I think it's you.
It's not. If you're going Jackie Bird, Amy Irons, me, there's been a scandal. That is what's happening there if we're going in that order. No, I think maybe get Miss Hooley in character to come out.
Yes.
Draw a wee thing. Teach us all that the draw isn't that important. The best thing is the friends we make along the way.
I mean, the whole cast of Still Game doing something.
That'd be
We would love that.
the draw out of Thingy's leg in Still Game would be brilliant. That's the kind of stuff we want to watch.
Yeah, actually, maybe that's the next thing we can ask on our, as well as, by the way, in the comments section, tell us who your kind of ideal, whether you want to give us a whole group or maybe just the team that you would like Scotland to face, and probably the teams that you would like us to avoid.
Yeah,
let us know. And but also, yeah, tell us, we're obviously seeing the glitz and the glamour of the fact that the draw is being hosted in Washington right now, every famous face possible. But if it was to be held here in Scotland, who do you think we'd have? So
who else
go
is a
on, give
good
us some
one?
great
Oh,
suggestions.
I don't know how, but Sean Batty would do something. Like, do you know that way? He'd be like, we'd do the World Cup draw, then he would just do the weather. You'd be like, Sean,
The forecast
it's
for
not
next
your day.
summer.
Yeah. It's actually going to be hot in America. Cheers, Sean. See you later. Like, it would be that. And also, let's be honest, if it was a BBC Scotland draw,
I'm worried about what you're going to say.
let's be honest, we wouldn't have that stage. We would do it in the wee reception bit of Pacific Key like they seem to do every other telly show.
We'd be doing it in the room we're in right now.
Yeah. Oh, do you think they'd have more flags or less? Like,
We might go for slightly bigger flags, but I think producer James, by the way, who has done this with very short notice. This is another little peek behind the curtain for you. This was the kind of thing that we didn't actually know if it was going to happen, because I think the big bosses here were probably a bit nervous about a live YouTube show that involves you and I.
We did get a lot of briefing about what to say when certain people are on the screen and what not to say. So yeah, I don't know if you actually got that.
Yourself.
Yeah, I don't know if you got that. I definitely got that briefing.
I don't need that.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I don't need that.
This is why you're the new Jackie Bird. This is why that happens. We've got they're bringing people out. So I think the draw.
I think we're about to start. But before we do, let's bring in our next guest, and it is a man whose country are pretty much, they're just, it's written into the constitution essentially that this country are already there. It is comedian Henning Venn who is joining us. And Henning, I remember us talking when it was just before the Euros, wasn't it? And we were looking ahead to the big opening match. Germany, obviously, your team against Scotland, and I'm not sure we want to mention that again.
What happened?
Oh!
I was at that game, and we were 2-0 down after about 15 minutes, and Ryan Porteous hit a ball straight out for a pass, and a German guy behind me tapped me in the shoulder and went, "Excuse me, last year you beat Spain." And I was like, "Yeah, we did. We're just awful now." It was such a turn of events. Henning, what do you think Germany's chances are for this tournament?
Well, we'll make it out the group. Everyone makes it out the group.
Do we?
Yeah, it's impossible not to. I mean, look who's playing.
You're saying that to Scotland fans, Henning, please. What we would give to get out of the group at this point?
No, you'll easily make it out the group. It's impossible not to. There is countries there that haven't even got a population of 11. I mean, they can't field 11 players. It's an absolute joke competition if the early stages. And so Germany's chances, well, last two tournaments we had to go home after the group stages to the last two World Cups. That can happen this time round. But I don't see us winning, gotta be honest with you. So let's see how far we go. But I don't think, I would be very surprised, pleasantly surprised if we won the thing.
Do you think how much pressure do you think there is on the German team, just given that they are one of these sides that are expected to do well, given their success, obviously, in big tournaments? Do you think that weighs on the players?
Well, I think what in a way will help them that we now haven't won a major tournament since 2014. So there is 12 years of hurt coming up. And
I mean, you're talking to us and it's been 27 years of hurt for us just not even being there.
No, don't forget we won the Kirin Cup when we drew with Japan and beat Bulgaria in about 2003, so we'll take that. Henning, I've just checked there. The bookies have Germany as the 7th favourites to win, odds of 14-1. Do you think that's about right?
Yeah, 14-1, yeah. 14-1 sounds about right. But we're no Spain, we're no France, we're no Argentina. We are, don't mention it, we're no England. And I would be very, very surprised if we troubled the record books there.
What do you make of the German squad? Because you've got players like Musiala, who's incredible. I'm a big fan of Voltemada. He just looks like he shouldn't be a footballer. Big fan of that. 6'7" guy with a tash. Yeah. He looks like a barista. I love it.
There he is.
What do you make up of this? The makeup of the squad, because Florian
a lot of players to a certain degree are unproven. Certainly with the national team, and Voltemada, who you mentioned, superb example, played a really good 6 months at Stuttgart. Had now a good start at Newcastle, but he's not a proven player by any stretch.
What's the mood like in terms of from German fans as to the draw and how much attention they'll pay and how much they'll care? Because in Scotland, it's been a couple of weeks since we qualified, but everything has been leading up to the draw and everyone is going to be watching or listening. It's a huge moment, but do German fans care as much about the actual details of the draw? Will people be watching?
What we like in Germany, is football. So what we're not so keen on is pomp and circumstance. And I mean, what they're putting on there at the moment is a right circus, got nothing to do with football. So essentially, all we need to see in tomorrow's papers, who are we playing, and then who are we in the group with, and then even then you can't. What you would normally do, you would sit down. Oh yeah, then in the last 32 we would be playing them or them. You can't, because there is so many. I mean, for starters, we don't even know exactly who is in the tournament yet. There is still 6 countries still to qualify, and with essentially most the teams who finish third going through as well, it's impossible to work out who you'll play further on in the tournament. So you know 3 teams you'll be playing, and that's about it.
Do you have an idea, Henning, as to who you would really like to avoid in terms of teams, or what your kind of ideal group would be?
Well, what I would like to see at some point in the tournament, I would like us to see to play one of the top teams, because that would mean we actually made it that far.
I would much rather play.
I would be disappointed if our final game was against Curaçao or someone like that.
And then you were heading home. Yes, that would be a bit problematic.
And Henning, as someone who spends a lot of time in the UK, do you have an affinity to any of the home nations? Is there one you like more than others? Please bear in mind you are currently on BBC Scotland.
Well, it's very much ABE, isn't it?
Yes, I love to
yes, you've definitely thought about that before coming on the BBC Scotland YouTube.
See, the thing is, normally I would say England winning a major tournament, that would be a personal nightmare, because the amount of stuff I'm getting. I mean, no one's ever shouted at me because of Brexit, it's coming home. But if England makes it through to a semi-final of this, it's like VE Day. So and now, in a way, this time around, I'm not too concerned, because obviously England having a German manager.
Yes,
if England goes on, have they drawn something?
No,
We're just having. They're starting the draw here. I think we can pull it up at the bottom of the screen.
but
and
they
then
also what they're drawing is they're putting Mexico in Group A, which had to happen because they're the
Yes.
opening fixture. So it's one of those, like you said. Donald Trump is now doing the draw, which wasn't on the thing earlier.
But they've already given him his
Because they've got
Peace
the host
Prize.
nations,
Yeah.
so we already know that the host nations. So you've got Mexico in Group A, Canada in Group B, USA in Group D. So they already know the host nations.
And I get the
have
feeling
their
he's
groups, so
done
I
a
think-
deal that USA are in Group D for Donald. I feel like he's done that
It's no
deal
Group
behind
C.
the scene. Miraculously, C got skipped. I don't know why. So he's just gone, yeah, let's do that. That's
I
very much
honestly
Chinese
think, I honestly think you're onto something there.
They've warmed a ball up for him, and he's now holding up a wee sign saying USA. And well done to all the presidents, and they have not held it upside down, which seems a good move for them.
Yes, Henning, we will let you go and keep your eyes on the draw as well. Thank you so much. No doubt we'll be catching up with you again before we head to the World Cup, which is quite incredible that we can actually say this now, and we're not not just doing I did the World Cup special in 2022 and just did it in a bar in Glasgow when Scotland weren't even there, and it was a lot of fun. So hopefully it'll be much better to actually be there this time.
Yeah, and from a personal point of view, I would like to say a huge thank you, because we've been on air for 53 minutes doing this live, and we hadn't made any anti-English comments, and you've done enough, so that fills our quota for the next wee bit. So I don't get in trouble. So huge thank you.
Pleasure.
Thanks, Henning.
Thank you,
Amy.
Henning.
Bye, Ray. Bye.
Bye.
Right,
What a delightful man.
He's a great guy.
I didn't realise we still on screen there. Smiled when I said that. Well, that was cute.
He's so we're seeing the actual draw starting. The whole thing will be a very long drawn out process.
We thought
I'm loving
the draw
the
was
comments
starting. Oh, what we got?
I'm loving the comments. Ross Finley says Rod Stewart would have had this done and be back in the bar. You're so right. This would have all been wrapped up. We'd know exactly who Scotland are playing. But yeah, if you are just joining us on YouTube, it's a live watch along with Amy Irons and Ray Bradshaw. We are, by the way, hopefully you can either have it on a telly in the background, but we are going to be able to have the draw on screen with us. So when we actually get to the detail of it, Ray and I will shut up for a minute and
I love this.
pay attention.
From Gordon M1H. I'm going to USA in Sturgeon's caravan. That's I feel like that's the kind of thing they wouldn't let us say, not in a live stream. But yeah, we got away with it.
You're also a comedian, so
Yeah, Grumpy Boy 39, as a Scotsman living in Texas, I'd love for us to get drawn to play in Houston or Dallas. I mean, that's my brother was saying he's in Ann Arbor, Michigan. If he gets Toronto, that's drivable.
Yeah.
And that's just perfect. So there's a few games like that. And then, do you read that Gordon one? We want to avoid Group K. Have you seen that one, Amy? It has insane travelling, around 6,000 miles all in.
that's because as much as obviously they're split into regions in terms of where Scotland are likely to be playing, you're not talking about, it's not the equivalent of going from Hampden to Murrayfield, for
It's-
example. You could be talking, different states, different countries, and thousands of miles. I think that's why I really take my hat off to anyone who's actually booked anything already. I actually, and shout out, it's one of my brother's friends. He also does the Hampden Roar podcast, I'm sure it's called, Andy Barge. And apparently he's booked hotels in every city.
Yeah, Darius Nesbitt, I saw him coming out, 24 hotels he'd booked around the
Because obviously on certain websites you can book
Free
and pay
cancellation.
later
Yeah.
and then just cancel. So, I mean, to anyone who is that organised and has booked hotels in every possible city, you're doing a much better job than Ray and I at the moment.
Yeah, I am just waiting. I don't think there's much point.
Well, the fact you've got family you can stay with certainly helps.
Yeah, but it's not going to be good if we're in Seattle. Good, it's only an 8-hour round flight. That's not bad. What they need to do on the BBC, not for me, someone tell the BBC how to do their job, put a caption up and tell us whose name these people are. Because
I know.
for all I know, this guy could have been in Saved by the Bell. Like, there's no reference point to anything.
We still don't know who the presenter is on the left.
No, is he? No, I don't at all. And then
We've not had a name caption.
no, the only one.
But
that was
I just love the
captioned
idea
was
that the
Scaloni.
directors that are in the probably little trucks outside the Kennedy Centre right now are also like, I don't know who that is.
Have you ever
Does
been to? You ever been to Washington?
Never been to Washington.
Be
No.
nice to go. Oh, I
It's-
can see Thomas Tuchel.
Oh yes, Thomas.
He looks
Where is
evil.
Steve Clark? Where is Steve Clark?
Let's look for a bald head.
This is like Where's Wally? If you can find Steve Clark in the crowd and spot him, where is he?
Is that Stephen Naismith further down? I saw a big bald head behind your man on the left. Further down, I saw Stephen Naismith standing outside one of the buildings and saying his head merged into the building. That was one of his Instagram posts earlier. I was like, it's good to see our assistant managers taking the World Cup draw seriously over there for an absolute jolly.
We're trying to have a little look to see who else is there. Do you think it'll be Steve Clark, Stephen Naismith? Ian Maxwell, you'd
I
imagine.
wonder if he's what I am very much enjoying is the person that's being interviewed. Producer James, can you find out who that is? Because they've obviously not told him if he's to look at the man who's interviewing him or the camera. So every now and then he darts his eyes between both because he's not sure where he's meant to be looking.
He's looking into our soul, Ray.
And he's
talking
sweating
to us.
so much. How do you find doing? Because like we did say, that's something we did ask earlier. If you just tune in, if this World Cup draw was done in Scotland, because we are getting some tournaments coming up, 28, and maybe 2035, who would be doing the draw? What would we get? We've had Rod Stewart doing the big dip thing. We're 90% sure Amy would present it. Let's be honest.
I love your confidence, me.
What do you mean? The confidence or the fact that you do 96% of all TV shows in
But
Scotland?
that doesn't mean it's actually a good thing.
Oh, do you know who
it
it
just
is?
means I'm always there.
It's you and Grado. That's who it is. That is who it is.
That's.
But on the way to the draw,
Are we like the Heidi Klum and Kevin
yeah.
Hart?
But on the way, Grado will get a driving show about how to get to the World Cup draw. Because that's what he always seems to get. And then you'll
Just
come in.
travelling from one side of Glasgow to the other,
I'd be like,
potentially.
Irvine to Hampden, this is how we do it. They'll stop off in 4 different bits, show us around Fenwick, do that.
Yeah,
and get to
please
there.
do, by the way, share us who you think would be doing the draw if it was to be in Scotland, and also still who you really want in Scotland's group and who you'd really like to avoid. So we've had plenty of comments coming in, so do keep them coming in. In terms of timings
Well,
for
here's
the
a
actual draw, producer James, do you have? Well, you've still got the running
Yeah,
order, don't you?
I think they've given up on this, but have you seen anyone in the place that looks happy?
No, I'm also wondering why their eyes are all locked to the stage when there's nothing like what is happening is in front of them. Like nobody is looking at the guy that's talking.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Do you think it's up on a big screen, maybe? They all just look
Maybe.
raging. They all look absolutely raging.
They could be statues. They are all just like
Do you think it's like in COVID when they put cardboard cutouts in the seats? Like it's like that. Thomas Tuchel
That's not
keeps-
actually Thomas Tuchel.
He keeps looking over very sultry. No, that was not Stephen A. Smith. That's another bald man. Sadly not. I feel bad for my people.
That's Ray Bradshaw.
Yeah, imagine I was there. I would absolutely love it. Me going up to speak to Kevin Hart and his security rugby tackling me. So Kevin Hart is on stage now. I think we might be at the bit where he introduces Rio Ferdinand, who I feel should be doing something. The draw
Yes,
explainer
he's-
video, because nowhere in this order did it say it was getting the 3 home nations people up.
Yeah, I think that's been a kind of late addition because it was already known that
it was definitely
Mexico, USA, and Canada were.
I know where we
in
are
their
now.
group.
So we're on live performance 3.
Lauren Hill.
On the genuine FIFA running order, it says TBC. So she was obviously either not confirmed or, knowing Lauren Hill, turned up late and then did not do it.
You know Lauren Hill?
Yeah,
I love just the knowing Lauren. I know what she's like.
yeah, she actually came to my tour show in Dundee, so we go
way back, me and
Yeah,
Lauren.
yeah.
Also, if you're wondering, by the way, why things keep disappearing at the bottom of the screen, again, just information that you might not really care about, but we can't show you any of the live musical performances. But don't worry, when there is actually anything happening in terms of the draw and when we're finding out exactly what group Scotland are going to be in, it will appear with the sound back on the screen. But whenever there's any live musical performances or essentially anything else that will cause us problems and to get in trouble here, which we really don't want, we will just be taking it off screen. And you'll put up with our faces
We
instead.
could theoretically put it up, but the court case we'd get from FIFA would result in your license fee going up quite a lot, I think, because they would sue us for a lot of money.
And we might not actually be able to go to the World Cup if that happens.
We'd get
we're
a
still really
fatwa
trying to.
from America or something like that. We can't do it. So I think after this, we've got the ambassador reveal, then Rio Ferdinand and Samantha Johnson, and then we go to the draw explainer video, because I don't know if you know this, most people don't know how a draw works.
To be
Surely-
fair, I could
Get it
watch
done.
10 draw explainer videos and I still am struggling to understand all the different
What's
permutations.
not to understand? Put your hand up, Tub.
No,
And
but
then-
it's all the teams that can't be drawn against each other.
I
and
like it when they can play each other for like regional hatred of each other. I like those ones. Like,
they're not going to explain all of these things. Although the supercomputer takes it all into consideration, and even the fact that it's keeping Spain, Argentina, England, and France all kept apart.
is that definitely happening? Because I
Yeah.
heard that wasn't happening, then I heard that was happening.
As far as I know, that is happening. Yeah,
Right.
that the big guns, as FIFA would like to call them, don't then meet until the latter stages of the tournament.
That's crazy. A tournament in America and they want guns. That's mad, isn't it? Who would have thought about that? I think when you look at it all, I do not think this needs to be 2 hours. I mean, I'm grateful for the work. Thank you, FIFA. But as if they're paying
I
us
was going to
directly.
say, I was like, FIFA's not got it.
Did you not invoice Infantino? I put mine into him today. He's not. I got.
I think he's got bigger things.
Well,
He's got out
weirdly,
of office.
I did get an out of office.
Yes.
Back Tuesday, going to pick up a mad trophy. I'll be back in a bit.
got
So,
some stuff to do, Ray.
Imagine-
BRB.
Imagine getting an out of office from Infantino. So what they have done is they've drawn A, B, and D. They drew those out. The 3 leaders. So I think it was the 3 leaders because it was Trump, someone from Mexico, someone from Canada.
Yeah.
They
Who
were-
I think Scotland, in terms of pot 1 teams, because you've got pot 1, which is the host nations, and then obviously the other best ranked countries in the world. So you would want one of the host countries, wouldn't you? Because you don't want the likes of, in terms of Scotland's chances of progression, if you want the kind of glamour tie, but if you want to think about Scotland's chances of progressing, you don't want Argentina or France or Spain or England
or most of the teams.
or Brazil.
yeah.
You don't really want. You probably do want
Yeah.
Canada.
Well, here we go. So we are in Group A with Mexico. The opening game is she's doing a medley, Lauren Hill. That's good. We don't need to cut more time. Thanks, Lauren. 11th of June, Mexico
Mexico
against
City.
Scotland, and the Azteca, Mexico City. That's sexy. That is sexy. If we get
Sweaty though.
yes, if we get Group
I'd be
B,
I'd be worried about you, Ray. You'd need more than factor 50.
if we just Tipex. If we go Group B. With Canada, our first game is Saturday, 13th of June, and it's Scotland against the Pot 2 team, and that'll be at the Levi's Stadium in San Francisco. My friend Steph works for Levi's. I wonder if she gets free tickets. I don't know if that'll how that
I don't know if
works.
she's going to be watching this.
No, she
but-
definitely won't be. And Group D, she goes out with celebrities and all that. She's got a good time. Group D, for in the United States group, our opening game
Is it
will
LA?
be in LA on the 12th of June, in California. So essentially, if we get Mexico, Canada, or United States, we're going to be West Coast, and that's what I don't want. That is the most expensive to get to. That is the hardest to do. I don't know. So
Time zone as well.
yeah, the additional time. So FIFA have announced that they will be doing the full fixtures list tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah, so
And
that's also worth saying as well. If we're in one of the groups without one of the host countries, we will not know until this time tomorrow.
Yeah.
In terms of the locations and
this is
exact
the reasoning. I've got
fixtures.
the exact reasoning. The additional time will allow FIFA to study the different global time zones of participating teams and try to pick the best kickoff time to avoid fans in that country having to stay up all night to watch their teams play in the wee small hours.
that.
It's probably not the exact FIFA things because I've just seen they put in the wee small hours. So I feel like this could be a BBC Scotland thing rather than a FIFA thing. I'd like to put that out there.
That's producer James giving us the dummies explanation that he knows that Ray and I definitely need. But I must say that was one of the first things I thought about when you obviously knew it was going to be held in obviously USA, Mexico, and Canada. I did think, because remember the Club World Cup, some of the times of
So
those
I was in America for the
2
Club
in the
World Cup,
morning,
and not for there, but I was there for 3 weeks, and all the games were up, and they were on 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But there was also thunderstorms continuously, so games were taken off for an hour.
Yeah.
The kickoff times, as it stands, because they might change, but as it stands, kickoff times in America, Canada, Mexico are midday, 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m., which would mean start times in the UK are 5 p.m., 8 p.m., 11 p.m., and 2 a.m.
I want to know what are the pubs and fan zones going to do?
You can't have a fan zone at 2 a.m. in Perth. Like, that's not going to happen.
You
So
absolutely can.
that's not...
Somebody will have it in their front room if there isn't an official one.
I think pubs, it'll be like when people want to watch the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. The pubs are going to have to open at 2 a.m. We'll have to go to
Surely.
walkabout.
There'll have
That's
to
the
be
rules.
licenses are going to have to be applied for. I think the Scottish government's going to have to give us a national holiday.
Well, also, there's elections in May, so it depends. Like, if you want to win our votes, guys, get the late license fees. Let's get that done. That's
Let me see how
that's
we're
my
doing.
own personal viewpoint, but just in
I was going to
case.
say that is not the view of BBC Scotland
Or Amy Irons,
or
who
no.
will interview a politician, have to backtrack that when they play that clip there. A 5 p.m. kickoff time for the opening game. Imagine that. Friday, 5 p.m. Beautiful. Absolutely
That would be wonderful.
Imagine this. Tuesday, 2 a.m. Awful.
Imagine all the people though. I just think of all the bosses.
You just
that,
quote John Lennon.
Imagine all the people. Yes,
If you're going to say that, you've got to sing it. Sing it.
Ray, you've never heard me sing.
Exactly.
I can't possibly sing.
This is the bit now.
Do you know when I'll sing? When the village people come on later.
Oh, yeah, actually. Oh, I wish we could fast forward the
Oh,
draw.
I don't know. We're obviously getting closer. What do you think you'll honestly do? Are you planning to go? Are you?
Yeah. I'll see what works. My tour. I'm doing a UK tour that finishes in the 9th of May. Might be doing New Zealand, but I think that's now unlikely because the World Cup's on, and I would rather go there. When I was in Germany. The good thing for me is I work for no one, but I work for everyone. So no one, I don't need to rely on other people to take me out. If I go out there, I can get a little bit of work. So I was out in Germany for 10 days and I worked 8 of them. And the other 2 I went on a stag do. So I'll do a little bit of that. And yeah, it just depends where we are.
Yeah.
Logistically, and also how well my tour goes, because financially.
I was going to say you're going to need some tips to help with the costs.
We really that's because
the one thing that I must say that is the one thing that I've got 4 younger brothers, and I was talking to one of them
You've
about
got 4?
it. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why does only one of them kick about? Where's the other 3?
One of the other ones works for Motherwell TV as a commentator.
Oh, I did know that. Actually,
Yeah,
I did know
yeah.
that,
So they're all
I think
they've all
I've actually
got
met
interest in
him.
football somehow. Yeah, I think you actually have.
Yeah.
But no, I think the one thing that was so different was when my brother Luke, when he was in Germany, 22, it was at least easy for them to get to.
Yeah.
And people could get trains, planes, people could drive. Whereas that is the one thing that I think I really hope that there are some at least more reasonably priced options for people to get to. Otherwise, I think there's just going to be effectively a whole group of Scotland fans that are locked out, and the fans that have never even seen a World Cup.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Time off work, the money for flights. I mean, when I was 21, I couldn't afford a round at the bar. Never mind flights to America.
I have heard that rumor about you.
Yeah.
If I'd like to interrupt you, sorry, briefly, Amy, to go.
What
I'll go back to that. We're currently watching Gianni Infantino and Rio Ferdinand act in
A
a
little
sketch
sketch
to each
show.
other on the phone. And honestly,
Here we are.
I know I'm not allowed to swear, but this is the closest I've come to it in the whole time.
We don't. Can we
Jeez.
actually hear what they're saying? I don't know if we're allowed to hear what they're saying at this point.
The thing is, the
Oh,
worst
sorry,
thing.
the words playing it cool have just Act 2.
Oh my god.
Matthew
Right,
McConaughey.
how's Rio Ferdinand got McConaughey's number? They don't interact.
They're not actually speaking to each other right now. That they've been filmed completely separately. They're currently just staring at a
They were in
blank
the same hotel,
screen.
but McConaughey was like, I'm not meeting him. I'm not meeting him, man. He's a big Leeds United fan, Matthew McConaughey. I've just made that up. It's believable, though, isn't it? So he's looking straight down the camera. So far this sketch has Infantino, McConaughey, and Rio Ferdinand. So we all know that Matthew McConaughey needs to sack his agent if he's in this.
He'll be paid a fortune to do this.
Predict the fourth person. Who's the fourth person?
I mean,
If someone else comes
I
into
hope
this,
it's Leonardo DiCaprio,
that's a
and we
good
just
shout.
start going like
That is a good shout.
all Wolf of Wall
Thierry
Street.
Henry, Mr. T. I'm getting a sign of T in the
Is
background.
it Trump? It's going to
Oh,
be
it's your
Trump,
bet.
isn't it?
No.
Oh yes.
Why is it Selma
Hayek.
Hayek? She's now chatting to Rio Ferdinand. Also,
I would love to have been on set for this just to see, because there's no way you've got all these people at the same time.
you know that this was originally written, now it's called like FIFA World Cup draw. This was originally written called Rio Ferdinand's Acid Dream. and now they've just scored a couple of words out and then it's gone that way. This is madness.
By the way, can we get your any more comments? We should say just keep post them in the YouTube comment section. We can read some of them out. Just your general thoughts of the draw so far. I don't know if you've been watching since 5 o'clock. It's now 6:15, and we're nowhere near the draw still. So there's been a lot of build up, a lot of pomp and ceremony. But yes, give us your thoughts. What are you hoping for? And let us know if you are going to the World Cup next summer. If you've already booked, we'd love to hear about that, or just essentially what your plans are going to be for the actual tournament. We'd love to hear about that. So pop your comments in and we will read some of those out. Right, it looks like...
Oh, I've got lots of groups coming on here. It's absolutely fascinating, the ones they've gone for. Oh, I've never thought about this. We're going to need an ESTA. We need
Yes.
visas to get into countries.
You can do that already. Like you could do that now.
Yeah, but we might not end up in Canada. We might not end up in the USA. Do you know what I mean?
True,
I'm not spending
true.
an extra 12 quid, whatever it
On
is.
your ESTA.
Yeah.
So Rio Ferdinand is on stage next to Kevin Hart and Heidi Klum.
What's happening? He look.
It's just, if somebody had said that those three people were going to be like, this looks like a mad version of Monday Night Football.
It looks like a mad game of not the words I was going to use, but snog, marry, kill. Like, you know, one of them. Like someone's 4 a.m. in an afters, and
Yeah,
someone's like
and you're
snog,
like,
marry,
right,
kiss.
Rio
Heidi
Ferdinand, Kevin Hart.
Klum, Rio Ferdinand, Kevin Hart.
Who are you picking?
Oh, that's a tough one, by the way. That is a tough one. I'd snog Heidi Klum.
You'd marry Kevin Hart,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
100%. Yeah,
It's-
and I'd avoid Rio Ferdinand.
As we avoid.
Yeah, I think Rio Ferdinand. Oh, look, wait, is that Idris Elba? Is he coming in as well? Oh no, this is the other co-host. So this is
Samantha Johnson.
Samantha Johnson. And then we've still not introduced Wayne Gretzky, Aaron Judge, Shaquille O'Neal, and Tom Brady. Jeez, oh, so we're an hour and 15 minutes into this.
And they're not even going to their little podiums yet. They're
No.
coming to the bar for a chat.
Yeah, yeah.
This is like Love Island when they're all round the fire pit.
Yeah, Heidi Klum's just pulled Rio
get to the
Ferdinand for a
vote.
chat.
Yeah. Get to the vote. We're desperate to find out who Scotland are playing. That's all we care about, isn't it, Ray?
Well, yeah, also, if you want an idea of how this is going, an hour and 15 minutes in, I've just got a message that my Gladiators tickets are now available for download in Ticketmaster in 2 weeks' time. I was like, oh, that's exciting. That's good. Good news.
I might order my dinner. I was going to get a takeaway tonight.
What are you getting?
I don't know.
It's-
I might treat myself though. I feel like I could have that done by the time we actually start this draw.
What cuisine do you think's better? American, Canadian, Canadian,
Canadian.
or a Mexican?
Oh, I love Mexican food.
Do you?
I went on holiday to Mexico a couple of years ago and it was just sublime. Tacos to die for. I'm a fan of a spicy margarita, so personally I'd quite like to go to Mexico, but again, for Scotland's chances, I don't fancy us
Let's
playing
be
in the
honest. I'm going to put you on the spot now. What's your chances of going out there with work? Do you know anything?
No, I don't know
Did
anything.
they not tell you anything?
Fingers crossed something comes up.
Okay.
If this YouTube goes well enough, me and you might get sent.
If this YouTube goes well enough.
I was going to ask for your comments on that, but don't.
I get the feeling producer James hasn't actually switched this on. And this is a Truman Show experiment.
Yes.
To see
Me
how
and
long
you in
we
our own
last.
echo chamber.
Yeah.
Just bouncing ideas off each
Do
other.
you want to know how big this goes? He phoned Rio Ferdinand and said, "Can you act?" Then he's made a video. He's put that up on the screen. There's now young boys playing snooker, it looks like. Oh, they're trying to explain the
Oh,
joke
I
to
think
Rio
this is
Ferdinand.
I don't know. Are we allowed to hear this bit, producer James?
16 teams.
Let's see if we can get a bit of audio.
Those are the 6 placeholders, and they'll be confirmed in March.
Placeholders. Got it.
Next, the 3 host nations. That's already been taken care of.
Good news.
They are in A, B, and D. The teams in pot 1 will occupy the first
You're so
position
right.
in each group.
The reason that
And the 3
USA are in
hosts
Group D is
already
definitely
placed.
because of Donald.
Yeah.
Your draw
It makes
system
no
Why
other
do you
sense.
skip
Pot
C?
1
Yeah,
first,
makes no
then
sense.
pot
That's now.
2,
See now you pointed
then
that out.
pot
That's
3,
really annoying
then
me.
pot
He's
4.
such a child.
Straight
ABD.
through, one pot at a
If I
time.
wasn't doing that,
Listen up.
that tweet would
This
have done
bit is
numbers on
very
Twitter.
important.
Like, guys, I'm doing this, but I lost out in 600 likes. That's what you got to think of as well. This is going to go on for so long.
But again, I'm glad we've got some kids that know what on earth is going on because the rest of us don't.
No,
3,
it's-
or 4.
I
So drawing the
can't
group they
believe
go into
that this is in the
and
United
not
States of
which
America.
position in that group.
The level of
So your group
Hollywood
position
acting,
determines who you play in your
and they've
first
chose
game,
Rio
your
Ferdinand to be the
second
main
game,
actor.
and your final game.
of all the people
Now,
they could have picked,
important rule. No 2 teams
like,
from the same
pick Landon
confederation
Donovan at least.
can be
Give
in the same group.
DeMarcus
So
Beasley
no
or Mo
two
Edu a
African
shout.
teams
Like,
together and no 2 South
Rio
American teams
Ferdinand
together,
is
right?
carrying
But
this.
there's one exception.
And it's
That doesn't
And it's
surprise
so
You know what I
wooden
love?
that carrying as
This
a
is-
coffin.
this
Like,
is
it's
going to be
awful.
watched round the world.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
This FIFA
Like
World Cup.
people in Panama
So 2
being like,
European teams can be
what's
drawn into the same
what's
group,
Rio
but
Ferdinand
no
doing?
more
Yeah,
than 2.
trending.
European
What does Rio
teams are the
Ferdinand
only
know about
exception.
FIFA that we don't?
Yeah.
Like, how many secrets does he know that he's got this gig?
Mechanics.
Also, who's his agent? His agent has played a blinder.
I know it's very good.
Oh, please give the teams a good mix and draw the first team from pot 1.
Why is Kevin Hart not doing this?
It's time for pot 2.
Oh, right. Let's do a bet, Amy. Right. So there's 48 teams, or 48 balls to be picked
Yeah.
out. When's the first number out of the 45 still to be drawn that someone will struggle to open the ball? Do you think that's going to be early on,
It's a
or
lot
do you think
to
that's going to be
memorise,
quite
Yeah,
late?
I think that's
How
going to
did you
be.
guys all become experts?
Ball free.
It's going to be Shaquille O'Neal with his massive hands, not being able to tweeze a
Although
little bit.
Where will you guys
the
be
balls
during the draw?
themselves do look quite big.
Yeah,
Call you if I need
it'd be
help.
really good if Shaquille just bites his each time. Like, he just doesn't bother with that. He just like, takes a crunch and he's like, you can see half the word.
Somebody
He's
just
like,
cracking it like an
he's
egg.
like, it's either Iraq or Iran. We're not sure. And they just puts it down. That's what we want to see.
Right, I feel like I don't know how many times I've said I feel like we're getting closer. Producer James, do we have any other, have you got the YouTube stream up there, Ray? Can we see if there's any other
No,
comments?
but I will get them in a second. But
I just
can,
avoided opening it because I didn't want the old
Can I give you an
interference.
insight?
Yes.
But you know, it's worth it. I'm
We get told by our producer, draws started 27 minutes ago. And then there's nothing happened since. So let's have a look at some comments. So World Cup draw live. Let's look at live chat. So
It's quite troubling that I can't find it.
Stephen,
We are not on here, are we?
Stephen Lenny, this is so bad. I wish we hadn't qualified. That's good. Get your comments in and let's have a listen.
Keep your comments going, guys. We appreciate it.
Amy Irons should be hosting the draw with Rod Stewart handling the balls. Let's redo this draw. Unpopular opinion. Neymar deserves the World Cup more than Cristiano Ronaldo. I would happily see neither of them ever win a trophy again. I could not be bothered with them. Time to get a Chinese in before the draw.
A lot of people pointing out that this was supposed to be finished in 15 minutes.
Was
So,
it?
Yeah, it was supposed to be finished at 25 to 7
This,
is when they
this
thought
is
the
a
draw would be done.
great shout. Mad McMahon 4922. Here's former Scotland internationals in 2006 New York Red Bull star Peter Canero. Peter Canero came to my gig in Helensburgh last year and is a delightful man. Yeah,
Who's been the best person that's ever attended one of your gigs? Or has been a fan of yours that's reached out?
oh, good
The
question.
most famous person to slide into your DMs, if you like. Here's Shaquille O'Neal
You
stepping
don't,
onto
I
the
don't
stage.
get that many. You must get a lot of DM slides. You must get a lot.
I ignore a lot.
Do you ignore a lot?
I
Yeah,
ignore
yeah.
a lot.
I embrace every single one. Every single one. It's weird. I had one recently. Rio Ferdinand was asking me if I had time to do an acting bit. And so I
And
wonder,
then somehow I
wonder
had a
what I
missed
missed.
call from Gianni Infantino, and I just ignored it. I
Yeah,
just
he's on
ignored it.
D&D. Do not disturb. 100%. I am.
Tom Brady.
I did a gig at, before that Mickey Flanagan came to. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
The bad thing is he's got quite a distinctive laugh, and I didn't hear it. There's been a lot of kind of when I was in London doing like Soho Theatre, some nice famous people came along, and my best one ever was 2022. I did the O2 in London, spoke to John Bishop, and then the next night, that night I got really drunk with Chris Moyles. The next day I did my...
Sorry, name drop.
well-
Just had a wild night with Chris Moyles.
No, we spoke about Derby County's really rubbish team in 2007 a lot. And my agent was like, this is why I hate you, because these people book all of telly shows and you're chatting about Kenny Miller's 6 goals or whatever. I was
You're
Stephen,
not networking, Ray.
He walked by and he said he heard me say Stephen Pearson. He was like, this is not what we need. But the next night, Greg Kemphill came to see my show. And I'd never met Greg before.
Oh,
and
nice.
The first ever live comedy thing I ever went to was Tune the Fat Live at the King's Theatre. My mate Craig took me. And weirdly, me and my mate Craig were going to the pub. And Greg Kempill was waiting to say, well done. So we were like, do you want to come to the pub? So we'd never met him. And he sat and had 4 pints with us in the Bell. And we just
How
chatted.
sound.
It was just going
love
over
Greg.
sketches. I'd never
Yeah.
met him before. He's a delight. But that
He's-
was like the bit when I was like, oh, this is
He's
this
so
is cool.
generous with his time. He's absolutely
Oh,
fantastic.
way to make me feel special, eh? He's like, oh, he'll do that for anyone.
He'll give his time to anyone. Right, are we
Also-
any closer to this draw
Yeah.
actually happening? We've got
Yeah.
Samantha Johnson, Rio Ferdinand, Tom Brady on stage. So I think we now have everyone on stage who's going to be involved in actually conducting the draw. It looks like they're at their
But also,
their
weirdly,
stations, if you like.
it looks like when we get the stations in front of them, because of their heights, it looks like they're doing reverse naked attraction. So like they've come from the top down, and we've got to the waist.
Sorry if this turns into an episode of Naked Attraction. Not this YouTube.
Look, it
This-
really does. It really does. Look, they've
Yeah.
come down. Who's going next?
and they're in the little boxes.
Yeah, I feel like genuinely
What's going on here?
they've put. Oh, here we go. They've put Kevin Hart as far away from Shaquille O'Neal. That is insane. The height difference.
Yeah, the
between
height
them
difference
two.
is
It's
unbelievable.
like Russian dolls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that is wild. So we're allegedly getting close to the World
Do you
Cup draw.
have a pen handy? Because we're going to have to start writing down.
So I've
I
actually
mean, I
got
know
some
we're only paying attention. Do you have any other?
I've
Right,
got,
okay,
I've got
pop
some
one.
information. Group I would be the best case scenario for the least travel required and the best opportunity for the Tartan Army to just have one base. So if we get Group I, the 4 venues being used are New York, New Jersey, Boston, Philadelphia, and Toronto. All cities are accessible either by train or by car. Obviously, if you're in America, not from UK.
I was going to say, you're not
They
getting,
don't give us the good
you're not
information
getting
here.
there from Dundee.
Although if our last game is in Toronto, that's an 8-hour drive from New York and Boston. But there's tons of flights a day. Tons of
Yeah.
flights a day there. You can go via Detroit, you can go via different places. Group J is the longest potential journey of San Francisco to Dallas to Kansas. Or there's a possibility of Scotland playing Group 1 and 2 in San Francisco and games 2 and 3 in Dallas. At least one team in Group J would have to travel the full distance all 3 venues. Group J is a nightmare. Group I's class.
Okay.
That's what you need to work out
So
for.
Group I is what we're hoping for, or I think one of the host nations. So if we do,
I don't want the host nations because then we need to be all at the other side.
but in terms of Scotland's chances,
Yeah,
Canada,
I
I think
know,
if you
I
look
know.
at who else, because all the host nations are in pot 1, and if you want to have a better chance of getting through, I do think you want to be drawn against somebody like Canada rather than Argentina, England, Brazil, France, Spain.
Okay. They're going through the pot 1
Yeah,
teams
so
now.
here we are.
So
Portugal, obviously pot 1.
who Scotland can definitely not face is any other pot 3 nation. So we will not be playing Norway, Panama, Egypt, Algeria, Paraguay, Tunisia, Ivory Coast, Uzbekistan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or South Africa. I would fancy Uzbekistan
Yes.
or Paraguay. Would be a
You
good
say
laugh.
that though, Ray. I mean, Scotland, that's classic. We slip up against the teams
Last
that
time
we
we
should
played
beat.
Kazakhstan away, we lost 3-0 because Andy Robertson
Exactly.
didn't have Bonjela. Do you remember he missed because he had sore teeth or something like that? Just like, mate, put Bonjela on it, take a
Get
couple
out
of
there
ibuprofen.
and at least try and get a draw against Kazakhstan.
Yeah,
I
go,
know.
go get skinned by
When
a
was,
guy
was
that's
that 2019?
No, it was.
that just-
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
it
that-
was 2019.
That was before. Was that just before Clark came
yeah,
in?
BC. Yeah,
Yeah.
before Clark. Yeah.
BC
Yeah.
before
The same way
Clark.
they do the
We've still what
calendar.
we've been holding. It's been an hour and a half now, and we're still holding out hope for actually seeing the camera just cut to Steve Clark or Stephen Naismith. But we've not seen them yet.
No.
Sometimes it does pan round. We've seen Thomas Tuchel, obviously England
Do you think
manager.
Rio
but we've not
Ferdinand
seen-
forgot a tie? Or do you think that's deliberate?
No, that's very much deliberate, isn't it?
It's very big, that collar.
That's
Very big.
looks very dapper though.
Yeah.
Samantha Johnson also.
Who is Samantha
looking
Johnson?
fine.
Do you know her?
Samantha Johnson. What does Samantha Johnson do, James?
Well, to be fair, there's people in America going, "What does Rio Ferdinand do?" So maybe it's just a cross-cultural thing.
There's people on this stream saying, "What on earth did this pair do?"
Yeah, that's fair. Let's have a look for some more.
Any more ideal group suggestions? Who you would like Scotland to face? Do pop them in the comments.
Sam Scriven Media says Rio Ferdinand is dressed like an undertaker. He really is.
That's my favourite thing about a YouTube stream, just the observations that people can make.
Yeah,
So
right.
here we go. We're starting.
Pot one. So we are wanting Group I. That's what I'm
Okay,
wanting.
you want
You're
Group I.
wanting Group A,
I
B,
want
or
Group
D.
B. I want Group B.
So this is for Pot 1, Brazil, and they're going into Group C, I
They're
presume?
going
That
into
would-
Group C.
That would make common sense, but we can't rule out
I'm assuming so.
madness. Nah. I think we could just see it on the screen. Let's just do that. So actually, no, we don't know what group they're in, because I think they're going to draw the group separately.
Brazilian team will go into Group C.
Oh no,
Oh,
they
no,
are
they
doing
are.
it. So they are doing it in order. So as I
Have
say,
a bit
really
of
just to
charisma, Rio.
confuse matters, the fact that they've put USA in Group D. So you
Yeah.
would.
So Tom Brady's drawing all the Pot 1 team.
Okay.
Oh, come on, he's struggling already, mate.
Next up, Germany.
Germany.
So
Henning,
Germany
Henning
going
Ben's
into,
Germany going into
Group E.
Let's see if we've actually got a calendar of where each group will play. Have they done that? That would make sense for them to do, but I feel like they've probably not released that yet.
Houston, Kansas City.
Group
Oh, there you go,
B.
Houston, Kansas City.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not the easiest to
Netherlands.
open. Netherlands going into Group F.
Tom Brady opening each thing with all the finesse of a young guy trying to open a bra for the first time, innit? It's just fumbly.
Group where you can't play if you win it.
Saying, "Oh, I've done this tons of times before, but this has never happened." Come on, Tom. Do you want us to underinflate it like the well, it was Tom Brady that did the Inflagate, wasn't it?
Belgium,
in
here we
Group
go.
G.
Twice reached the semi-finals. They were third in 2018 and fourth at Mexico.
We do need them to just rattle through it, don't we?
Yeah.
It's
Why are you taking pictures? You're on telly. You can get it there.
And again,
you can see yourself back.
In Western Europe.
It's let's see.
I'll be
Sterling JJ saying, "Hooray, starting at last, summing up everything." Yes, so it's been a long hour and a half that we've actually been waiting for the main event to start.
But the problem is, Amy, as well, right? Pot 1 doesn't matter. Just fire them in. We don't need to know facts. We don't need to know that Belgium lost to Wales once or anything like that. Just fire them out.
Just get them all in there.
Yeah. I like it when you see the Scottish Cup draw. Sometimes you get a really shy retired player who doesn't want to say anything, and they're just like,
peace, I don't think. This would be good.
Kello Rovers. They just put it down. That's what we want. We don't want to fire out facts.
Yeah, just
Have you done any draws?
I did a Scottish Cup draw once, and I
was that?
remember it was really difficult because it was I think it was the third round.
Oh, so it's like 64 ties or something.
So and I mean, it looked. I had pages and pages of notes and research that I'd done to try, so that when you were pulling them out let's say, yeah,
Do
pulling them out the
you
the
do
draw.
that? Do they not do that there?
Spain and Argentina.
Do they not do? This is. I'm just getting. Do you know? I looked at my phone to look at the comments, and literally all my WhatsApp is just comments like Rio is a pure natural disaster class. Where is Jim Delahunt?
I like this one. Forever and ever. 5548. Christmas is coming up before we actually find out who Scotland's group is. I know.
Very
I know.
fair. Should we bring in another guest while we go through this waffle of Group I, J, K, and L? 'Cause I'm going to L, that's
Yes.
crazy.
And we're going to meet a man who was willing to almost give up his finger to get Scotland to a World Cup, and it is the BBC's Colin Patterson. Colin, how are you?
This draw is more painful than what happened to my finger. What was it taking them an hour and a half? An hour and a half.
I know. Colin, please tell everyone what. Oh, you've got it all bandaged up there. Tell everybody what happened.
I look like E.T., don't I? This is the horror at the moment. So I was covering I worked for BBC and for BBC News, and I was covering the story about ticketing becoming illegal, secondary ticketing being made illegal by the government on the day of the Scotland game. And I had to do a report for the 1 o'clock and 6 o'clock news from outside Brixton Academy. So I thought, day of the Denmark game, I'm going to sneak on a little travel club badge onto my jacket as my tribute to what was happening. And quite a lot of eagle-eyed Scotland fans spotted it. But during the day, the back fell off the badge, so I put it in my pocket. And later on, I put my hand in the pocket, and my earpiece is falling out. Ever the professional.
Yeah.
And that's not even one of the worst 20 things that have happened on this stream, Colin. Like, that is nowhere close to one of the worst 20 things that have happened in this, Colin. You're absolutely fine. At one point earlier, we were filming so much time, we found out Amy's favourite Mexican food. That was a genuine conversation we did at one point. So we have
been filling for an hour and a half now, Colin. So yes, don't you worry.
Yeah.
So the back fell off the badge. You put the badge in your pocket.
Hand in the pocket, jabbed my finger. I wasn't even particularly sore, didn't think anything more of it. 2 days later, a little bruise appeared under my thumbnail. That was the Thursday. On the weekend, it started to swell a little bit. And the Monday, went to the chemist. They said, it's not any infection, just take ibuprofen. By Tuesday morning, I was thinking, this isn't looking right. Managed to get a GP's appointment, put in antibiotics. By Thursday, after having interviewed Danny Dyer on the set of Rivals, it was absolutely throbbing. Went to hospital. They x-rayed it, sent me home, said keep taking the antibiotics. The next day, absolutely pus-filled, went back to hospital. They sent me to another hospital, had to stay in overnight, was operated on the next day. And Amy, the absolutely terrifying words when I woke up on Saturday morning from the nurse were, it was the office party last night and I have done an all-nighter. You don't want to hear
that. No, you really don't want to.
By the way, it took everything in my body after 90 minutes of this live stream not to say, when you said I interviewed Danny Dyer and it was absolutely throbbing, I stayed quiet the whole time like a professional, and all I could think was, we should clip that. Let's clip that. Let's make a grand. Let's stick that online. So who are you wanting in the draw? We're getting into the pot 2 teams now. So again, this is it's all kind of pointless until we get to pot 3. Who are you wanting?
Group I. Now I missed who ended up in Group I, because that's the good one for the East Coast. You get Philadelphia, New York. I think
that's the one we're hoping to get. Let's have a look.
Yes, who was that? Let me go on.
Who ended up in there?
On my...
Let's
I like
see.
Argentina ending up in Miami. Who could have predicted that one, eh?
Oh.
Argentina and Miami. Oh, yes, please.
Group I, France.
Oh, not as good.
So, yeah, not sure about that.
Well, we've done them a couple of times, so yeah.
We've done them. Yeah, Group I was France, Group K, Portugal, Group L was England. So England's opener will either be in Toronto or Dallas, if you care. Don't really. We've got...
so convoluted.
I know. That's the thing. We've been... I think since that, obviously the night against Denmark, all attention then turned to, didn't it, Colin? Oh, who could we end up in a group with and where might the games be? But, until obviously the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, we'll have a much better idea. But even then, we won't know the full fixture list unless we end up in a group with USA, Canada or Mexico until this time tomorrow.
So when can we go to the travel agents?
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to work out. When is the time?
1995 to go to a travel agent. Yeah.
Genuinely though, Colin, what was it like for you? How did it rank? Scotland finally qualifying for a World Cup again. I mean, I think I heard you say or quoted that it was just one of the greatest nights for you ever as well.
Yeah. I just think it is. I've been genuinely trying to think what results rival with it, and the only one I can think of is Scotland 2, Czech Republic 1 in 1973, which none of us were alive for, because that sent us to the World Cup for the first time since 1958. But that was only 16 years compared to the 28. I mean, again, it was a late comeback and the Joe Jordan winner, but I just don't know any other game that really compares to it. I mean, beating England 3-2 in '67. We didn't end up qualifying. Those were qualifiers for the European Championships, and somehow we failed to qualify despite beating England at Wembley for that. So I always think that slightly tainted that one. This was just so glorious that it got us over the line. I mean, I think most of us have watched that game every day since then. I've been looking at the YouTube count of the official highlights on the SFA YouTube account. We're up to 4.9 million. Soon more people are going to have watched the highlights than there are in Scotland. I think that should be a bank holiday when that
I was
happens.
going to say it really should be. So we're just pot 2 teams are starting to be drawn out now. I don't know if we can get that back up on our screen. We're hopefully going to be able to get that at the bottom.
wee
Just
middle
join us
bit.
just now. So we have South Korea joining Mexico.
South Korea, Mexico is a proper World Cup
yeah,
game, isn't it?
that's in Group A.
By the way, this is still on for Group A. Would be the potential fun one.
Switzerland joining Canada in Group B.
If we get Mexico, South Korea, and any one of Curacao, Ghana, and another country, it's all countries we've never played for. We played Mexico once, I think, competitively. We've never played South Korea or any other ones. So that could be a good one.
You were there,
I've
Colin.
seen Scotland play Mexico. I went all the way to the Azteca, and it was an unbelievable occasion. There was a Scottish theme bar in Mexico City. The owners could not believe their luck. They did the most incredible business. But the strange thing was, do you know Leon Bridges, the soul star? He was playing a gig over the road, and he came into the bar afterwards just for a drink and was just surrounded by all these guys in kilts and CU Jimmy wigs, and who ended up getting their selfies with him. And Leon Bridges was just going, what on earth is going on? Because Mexico were going for the World Cup, they were bidding for what they've ended up hosting. They gave us all a free escort from the Scottish pub to the Azteca. So I have had a police escort in Mexico to watch Ollie McBurney hit the post from 3 yards. It was quite an occasion.
That's a night you're never going to forget, Colin. Right, we've just seen. So we have. Who have we got?
Group C is awful
Australia
because
just joining.
USA. That'd be a great
Group
group to be in. Australia, USA. But in Group C, it's a rehash of France 98. Brazil and Morocco in the same group. Obviously, Scotland and Norway are both pot 3, so we can't get a full reenactment. But theoretically, if we end up in pot C, we're going to play 2 of the same teams that we played in the last World Cup. That's awful. That is awful. Morocco is one of the hardest pool second seeds to get, so you wouldn't want Brazil and Morocco.
That has us written all over it, doesn't it? That does. I'm now really starting to think that there's
I don't
something.
want that. I was at the Morocco game, the 3-0 game, when we lost. It was truly horrendous. We were so sure we're going to go through.
So that's
Ecuador joining Germany.
Yeah, and Netherlands and Japan. I feel like Netherlands played Japan a lot, but I might have just made that up. I don't know. I feel like we've ran out of conversation.
I was going to say, well, I remember one really memorable game between Japan and the Netherlands.
No.
You imagined that one, right?
Cole, you missed it just before we started. We'd ran out of so much chat. Amy was giving her PIN number out live on air. It was just something to do, wasn't it?
And then we started scrolling the YouTube comments just to see, and then quickly saw some comments we couldn't read out, so I had to.
Not that
refer
many.
back.
Better than I thought it'd be.
I've got a good excuse why I was late, by the way, guys. Do you know why I was late?
Where were you? What was happening? Who are we speaking to?
I was interviewing Kate Winslet.
Kate
She
Winslet,
did not care who Scotland got in the World Cup. I couldn't believe it. Didn't care. And her film is called Goodbye. Her film's called Goodbye June. I was thinking, and goodbye to my June with this World Cup. There's going to be no work done.
There's some watching this stream from Colombia. Oh, this is very good. Brady, O'Neill, and Hart presenting. Did Rio Ferdinand think he was meeting up with all his Leeds United ex-teammates at this gig? That is nuanced. A reference to roughly 2001. Brilliant. That's from Stephen Riley, 8743. Other ones. Lots of people complaining about how much of their life they've lost watching
Servo
this
saying
draw.
just FIFA owe me 90 minutes of my life back before Scotland's even kicked a ball.
Spain and Uruguay.
Did you guys see Robbie Williams singing, by the way?
We had it muted because we're not allowed
We're
to
not
hear
allowed
the
to
music.
we're not allowed to show the live musical performances, Colin. So you know all about that. BBC Entertainment
the
and
best way to hear that song.
Yeah. Nicole Scherzinger and Robbie Williams. We will never know how it sounded.
But there was a bit where he was singing the line, "The poor and the dispossessed," and they put up a shot of Scotland fans to accompany those lyrics.
Really? Is that the new version of Live Aid? Like we're doing that. The poor and dispossessed. Oh no, we can't sing in the channel.
Oh, we're not allowed to. I do think we could start some sort of fund though to try and get as many
wasn't
members of the Tartan Army actually over to the World Cup next summer.
2002 opening game, France against Senegal. Senegal win. Papa Bouba Diop scores. That has just been put together in Group I. So if that is the group we're wanting, if we want to be in that East Coast, France and Senegal. Oh, the idea of Aaron Hickey absolutely demolishing Sadio Mane in a tackle. Yeah, bring it on, man. That is what we want. That is what we want.
This is
right, it's not long. It's not long
Winslet's
till we're going to get
from...
Can you see the stream, Colin, at the same time? Are you able
I've got
to...
a stream up here. I suspect I may be a little behind you. I've got the subtitles up as well.
So we've
Austria
got
is on the screen for me.
Yes, so Austria have just joined Argentina in Group J. So who's going to be joining Portugal? So Colombia are joining Portugal. And then obviously that means, England, Croatia.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
what, World Cup semi-final?
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think England fans will be too happy about that one.
That was, Colin, what city do you want out of all the ones in America? Where would you like to go the most? Or America, Canada, Mexico?
Well, I want to combine my two loves, and have the Tartan Army in front of the Hollywood sign would just be the image.
That's the moneymaker, isn't it?
We are just about to start.
But you know someone would be taking a piss in the middle of the O in the Hollywood sign in that picture, wouldn't they? That'd be the picture, that'd be the problem, wouldn't
Somebody would put a cone somewhere.
Yeah, on the handprints.
Gerard Butler rolling down the hill.
All those people that have never been to a Scotland game come out and go, I'm actually a Scotland fan. You're like, oh, okay. Right, so England, Croatia. Thomas Tuchel has yet to smile in this whole thing.
Well, I'm not surprised he's not smiling now.
He's AI programmed, isn't he?
After getting Croatia in Group L.
So right now, let me give you a recap, and what I want you both, Amy and Colin, to do is pick your worst group and your most favourite group. Group A, Mexico, Korea. Group B, Canada, Switzerland. Group B, Brazil, Morocco. Group C, Group D, USA and Australia. Germany and Ecuador in Group E. Netherlands and Japan in Group F. Belgium and Iran in Group G. Spain and Uruguay in H. I, we've got France and Senegal. J, we've got Argentina and Austria. K, Portugal and Colombia. And L, England and Croatia. Amy, which one do you want to avoid?
Which one? Oh,
Spain and Uruguay looks a stinker.
I was going to say Spain and Uruguay, England and Croatia.
England and Croatia was such a boring one.
We can't go in that, can we?
I think we can't get England.
No, we can't because that would then be three European countries. So we can't.
Here's a guess. They're going to go through all the pot 3 teams. What goal are they showing, and why is it Scott McTominay's overhead kick?
Well, we've already seen Scott McTominay's overhead kick was one of the first goals that we actually saw on the coverage, and I think we've got to see Kieran Tierney's.
It's gutting, and I think we'll get
curling beauty. Do you think we'll get? No, that takes too long. They're only showing about 3 seconds.
It's absolutely gutting we can't play Panama because it's essentially playing against a canal. Like, I feel like we could beat the River Clyde in a game, so that's a shame we're not getting them. Look for all the Panamanians. So
I think that we have. Oh, there's Scotland. Oh,
it was just Kenny McLean's shot bouncing in. That's all it was.
I told you it takes too long. From the minute that left his boot at the halfway line, it took too long. Right, I believe we have. Oh, there we go. Pat Nevin joining us.
Hi there, how are we doing? Can you hear me okay?
Oh, we can. So we're just, thanks for joining us on the live stream, the watch-along, Pat, that we've got going on the BBC Scotland YouTube right now. And I'm hoping, have you got the draw?
Pat looks nervous.
I know.
Pat, you look nervous, mate.
Do you know, I am. And the reason why I'm nervous is I watched the first 2 minutes of that programme that turned off.
Did you actually?
Honestly, I can't do it. I really can't do it. I want the draw.
But Pat, I know you're a big music fan.
We've now been on air for 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. But Pat's a big music fan.
Bleeding for you.
Yeah.
Pat, we and you did a Q&A last night, and you were just talking about how much you love Nicole Scherzinger and her music and Robbie Williams. So did you tune in for that performance and then went back off? What did you do?
Do you know what I've come to I think the bit that stopped me first, and I know there are certain delicate areas that we don't really go into at the moment. But when one of the anchors said, "Hey, my man Gianni, come on down." And
That was when Pat decided to switch off. Just the pot three teams are about to be drawn out. I don't know if we can we get that on the screen, James? I'm going to see if we can try and get that at the bottom of the screen here. Let's see. Right on the YouTube, you've got Colin Patterson and Pat Nevin alongside the draw as we speak. So let's see who's coming first out of pot.
So this is for
three.
Mexico, Korea, and South Africa.
South Africa going in there.
We will not be playing the opening game of the tournament like we did in Germany. So that's not that. You can tell
sides we're in the same pot as. We're better than them, apart from Norway, probably.
And Ivory Coast. Yeah. There's a few of them. Like, we're better than them. Yeah. Mainly, we might beat Uzbekistan or Panama. So Group B, the next one will be so we've got Mexico, Korea, South Africa. That's the next one. Group B is the next one to be drawn out. So we could potentially be in a group with Canada and Switzerland.
I want it.
Take that.
Is that what you want, Pat? Is that what you want?
Oh, yeah, Canada. We need it.
Come on.
You said that to me last night.
This is what we want.
Let's see who it is. Qatar.
Oh,
I'm telling you, we are going to be drawn. We are going to get Group C, aren't we? It's going to be Brazil, Morocco.
France 98 reenacted.
Yeah.
That's a group of dearth of talent. Okay.
Yeah.
Dearth of talent.
I'm not going to look for Estevao running at Grant Hanley, a 19-year-old prodigy from Brazil, running against. Oh, come on, let's not be this one. Yes,
Paraguay. So Paraguay joining Brazil and Morocco in Group C.
This one.
We'd take Group D. I know we're each one that goes, we're like, we would take that. We're going to end up in one of them. It's just what one? We are holding our breath right now. So we've got Group D, USA and Australia.
USA and Australia would be great.
Oh, Paraguay's gone in there.
It's gone into Group D because they can't be in there. So Group C is still a possibility. Oh, so we can't be in with England, can we?
No.
We can't be in with Portugal, France, Spain, Belgium. So we look like, could we end up going Group J with Argentina or Group C?
I remember in 82 they had to redo the whole draw because they mucked it up. Let's hope they don't have to do that tonight.
No.
And
not calling if it takes another hour and a half.
Oh, boy.
Not if they start the whole ceremony again.
You have to hear the Robbie Williams song again.
So, are they going to choose which group they go into? Do they go into the next allocated one, or can they go into Group C? So E3 they are. So now it's selection.
Ivory Coast going in.
So I think we're either in Brazil group or Argentina's group. I think we're in J or C. Because they're not going to.
I tell you, we're going in C. We're going to enter.
Because they're not going to put us in with.
It's.
So who do we want out
meant
here
to happen?
We want Norway out before us. Then that's what we want. Tunisia are going to go into Group F. So essentially, if Norway comes out, they're in Group C.
Yeah.
If Scotland comes out, we're in Group C.
Yes.
That is honestly absolutely howling. If we get Group C, if we get Argentina and Austria, Colin, can you remember Group J? Is that Miami?
Miami, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I quite like that. Singing the Sound of Music against Austria and Miami. That would be beautiful.
That would be.
Right, let's be Norway. Come on, please be Norway. Egypt, that's not good for us. Oh, do you know what? We've now been doing this for an hour and 50 minutes, and I have not enjoyed it until now, and now I'm really not enjoying it.
I know. You've not enjoyed it. You've not enjoyed sitting talking to me for an hour and 45 minutes.
I really enjoyed the bit where I said that you would present every Scottish television programme and you get really annoyed at it. I did enjoy that bit.
I've completely lost track of what's happening now.
I know.
This is absolutely impossible.
Egypt have just gone into Group
So
G
the way it's
alongside
working,
Belgium
as
and Iran.
far as we're aware, if you're European, you can't go in with the top European sides. So the only ones that are left for us, because Mexico and Canada have gone, is Brazil in Group C or Group J, which is Argentina.
We think
Are we a bit
Scotland, so we're going in with Brazil and Morocco. That's what's going to happen now. Maxwell, is there? Scotland,
Yes.
Brazil and Morocco.
Brazil and Morocco.
Oh,
That's us.
Oh, man.
That is awful. Awful.
I don't think it's it was awful.
Oh my
I mean, Pat,
words.
what's your immediate reaction? The fact
first
that
of all,
the
we
last
didn't-
time we were at a World Cup, I mean,
We've got good cities. Boston, New York, Philadelphia.
Oh, do we?
I think that's right.
is that where
I'm
Group
literally
C?
clicking on that just now.
Yeah.
Oh, to add that, that's good. I was about to click on that, but I've just got a message say the first game of 11s I was playing for 5 months is off tomorrow. So it's not all bad news, guys. We do have Brazil and Morocco, but I'm not going to have a sore hamstring by 12 p.m. tomorrow, so that's okay.
Can you believe it's 28 years since we played in the World Cup? Our last game was against Morocco, and we wait 28 years, and who are we going to get in our next game? Morocco. It's like, gee,
They're-
dear.
It's like they've not got any good players now, have they? Oh, yeah, they have.
Yeah. So, group games, Foxborough, Massachusetts, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Miami, and one game in Atlanta. That is excellent cities.
Excellent cities.
But
Oh,
traveling.
This is going to be the second tournament in a row where we've played a game on my wife's birthday and I'll be at the tournament.
You're getting a divorce.
Oh, I mean, there's
Wait,
numerous
have
reasons.
Have you got the dates off?
Am I the only one here that was actually at that game in Morocco against
No,
Morocco?
I was
Were you
there,
there as
Pat.
well, Colin?
I was there. Do I have time to share my abiding memory of that?
Yes, please tell us, Colin.
Scotland fans were all behind the goal, the opposite one from Jim Leighton letting in all the goals. But we're 3-0 down, and the Mustafa, remember Mustafa Hadji of Coventry? He ran the show that night, and he got the ball on his chest, beat 2 Scotland players, and then it went out for a shy. And the guy beside me just stood up and went, "Pele of the desert, my arse." That's my abiding memory.
So the dates we'll be playing our games are Saturday, June the 13th, Friday the 19th of June, and Wednesday, June the 24th. So
Miss my wife's birthday.
that's absolutely
What about when
awful.
we're out the group?
These are just... It depends who we get in the last
Yeah, we're going to have
round,
to...
don't we?
Watch us get Italy.
So
I know.
this is...
Pat, this is absolute
It's
torture.
Just listen in there, right? My memories of Morocco. That night, I was so upset after the game. I went for a walk. About 1 a.m, got to the train station down in the south of France, right? And there was something weird in the platform of the train station. I couldn't figure out what it was.
In position 4,
Kind of
they'll
smoke
be in the same
from it.
group as England
There
and
was actually a
Croatia.
mass of Scottish
It'll be
supporters
England's third
and
opponents.
sleeping on the trains. There was this kind of
In the end.
weird kind of thing rising for them.
Norway.
It was a very sad thing. It
And
looked like
finally,
a very
Norway,
bad
they're
one for the
back for the
battlefield.
first time since
2 decades ago.
1998. and
Yeah,
they want to
Stephen Riley on YouTube just before the draw was made. He said, "We're getting Brazil, and Tom Boyd is coming out of retirement for justice." This is his redemption arc, surely.
Do you know the story about 5 Live and that? This is unbelievable. So Tom Boyd scores the own goal in the opening game. Someone who's on work experience at 5 Live is told to try and book Tom Boyd as a guest. And he tells them, we've got him. We've got Tom Boyd. So the next morning, they get Tom Boyd live on air, except they booked Tommy Boyd, the TV handyman, who thought he was supposed to give us
From Garden Force. I'm going to give you just a recap of the groups just now that we have so far. So Group A is Mexico, South Korea, South Africa. Lovely one. Group B, Canada, Switzerland, Qatar. Come on.
Why are we
Group
in
D,
that?
USA, Australia, Paraguay. Group E, Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia. Group G, Belgium, Iran, Egypt. Group C, our lovely one, Brazil, Morocco, Scotland. Group H, Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. Group J, Argentina, Austria, Algeria. Big one for the alliteration fans there. Group K, Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan. That sounds like when you're trying to organise a stag do. You throw a third one in just for the mix, just to see if anyone's up for it. England, Croatia, Panama is Group L. And Group I, France, Senegal, Norway.
Did England not get Panama last time?
Yeah.
Also,
2018 they played Panama.
I'm just looking because obviously we've got coverage across the BBC in the live page. Thomas Duncan from BBC Sports Scotland's just put up saying that because Scott Brown and James McFadden are somewhere in the building here at Pacific Quay and says absolute stunned silence with Scotland ending up in a group alongside Brazil and Morocco. So
Yeah.
I think, it's one of those ones you don't know whether just to laugh
Yeah.
or a kind of stunned silence.
Well, it depends who the 4 team is. If we can get a Cape Verde, a Haiti, a Curacao, it's not so bad. Pat,
Can
I
you
think we
get
need to
through
let
with
you
3
go.
points?
Yeah, I'm texting Stevie Clark right now.
Oh, you actually? Yeah.
I loved it when they cut to Steve Clark. He was doing that whole forced smile, just like, I know the camera's on me right now, but I cannot tell you what I'm thinking. So
I feel as
yeah,
if
Pat,
I've been bad for you here.
I think we need to let you go, don't you? You'll have other radio duties and.
I have done 7 o'clock. I'm doing a podcast for us.
Yes, let's go. Thank you very much for joining us, Pat. Because I don't think we'll get the group 4 teams out before that. So thank you very much, Pat
Thank
Nevin.
you, Pat.
This is
not what we were hoping for.
How often is Craig Burley going to be asked about getting sent off against Morocco in the next 6 months? It's bad news for him.
Yes.
No, it's great news for him. He's getting booked.
That's true. Yeah.
I know. Well, as the last man to score for Scotland at a World Cup, I mean, he's been able to dine out on that for decades. So
John Collins
that's
scored
the one
against
thing.
Brazil. David
That's the one
Neary
thing.
scored against Brazil.
Yeah.
Can I think of other Scots who've scored against
There's
Brazil in the World Cup?
someone like Jamie McNamee or something like that scored in an under 16s game when we beat Brazil 1-0. So he'll get trotted out as well. Let's see what we can do.
Good news for Neary, isn't it? Very good news for David Neary.
It's funny with all the messages just coming in. Potentially the priciest accommodation, people are saying. I have just messaged my brother to see how far a drive it is.
Because remind us of where exactly we'll be playing each game. So
I've got it right here. So
Atlanta.
our games will be either Atlanta, Boston, Miami, New York, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. So the first round of fixtures are split between Massachusetts, which will be Boston, won't it, and New Jersey. That's the 13th of June. The 19th of June is Philadelphia or Massachusetts, and the 24th will be Miami or Atlanta. So now we're into
pot 4. So we're going to see, and that is where you have the Denmark
If we
or
get Italy,
North Macedonia,
If we get Italy, oh my word.
Czech Republic or Republic of Ireland. So
that'll go into Group A.
That can go into Group A. Yes.
We're becoming good at this, by the way.
I
We
mean,
are.
It's only taken us 2 hours.
I've got so many pieces of paper here trying to work out. Where's the ones? These are all the pot pathways. I wouldn't mind playing the winner of Bolivia, Suriname, who will face Iraq. That's quite a tasty one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you'd take that, wouldn't you?
Scotland, Suriname, all over that. So next one, pot 4. I wouldn't mind New Zealand. Yes.
Oh, right.
So that's going in Group B.
Huge.
Yes, that's huge. So we are avoiding Italy, Wales, potentially.
The Cape Verde, Curacao, Haiti.
Come on, give
my
us a good.
God. Can you imagine, Colin? You've been a Tartan Army head longer than I have. I've been to lots of games.
Yeah.
Going into that final game, needing a win against Curacao. That is squeaky bum territory if ever I've heard of it.
The smallest nation ever to get to a World Cup.
Who do we want right now?
Through with 3 points. This is what I'm now starting to think
we want Curacao.
Who do we want? It's probably going to be this one who we've drawn.
Cape Verde.
Haiti.
Come on,
Haiti.
Give us one we didn't know played football until recently. Haiti. Yes.
We'll take that.
Yes.
Oh.
Haiti's not bad.
Oh.
What do you think then, Colin?
Well, apparently that's in Boston or New York. Playing Haiti in New York would be absolutely amazing.
And is Wycliffe Jean from Haiti?
I don't know.
I think Arcade Fire, but have they not been cancelled as well? They're from
Arcade Fire from Haiti?
Canada/Haiti, I think.
Let's do. Oh, look at that for
Curacao
a group, by the way.
know.
Curacao, Australia, Paraguay, USA. Donald, come on, you got lucky there. That is. Also, imagine Dick Advocaat meeting Donald Trump. That is
quite the photo op.
I actually can't say what I was going to say. I just thought of something. I was like, nah.
I'm very proud of you.
It's not worth the career
Ray,
loss. I'm going to Google Haiti national team. Let's see if they've got any players that we should be worried about. So their last few results, Haiti, they beat Nicaragua 3-0. They lost to Honduras 3-0, and they beat Costa Rica 1-0.
Wow.
So that's their last few results.
And they play their games in Curacao, don't they? Because they're not allowed to play at home because they're so. Yeah, because they were so badly hit by the earthquake, I think.
It doesn't give me a current world ranking. Usually it does.
They don't have one.
Does.
That's it.
Current world ranking 84. So yeah, not the worst draw for that. Players.
When you think of
I don't
when you
see
think
4
of how bad
points.
it could have been,
I don't see 4 points.
I do. I'm going to be confident here.
Yeah, Delcroix from Burnley plays for them. I'm going through teams here. Bellegarde from Wolverhampton plays for Haiti. If we go, the wonderfully named Duckins Nazons has got 44 national goals for them. They've got Piero, who's at AEK Athens, 33 goals in 47 games. All of a sudden, now I'm worried about Haiti. That's how it goes. Literally how it goes. Cape Verde. Oh no, wait. Sorry. So who was the one that was drawn that didn't go in there? Because we thought they were going in with USA, Paraguay.
We thought Curacao were going in there, but that must.
They've not been allowed.
Yeah, they must. With all the permutations that you have to go through in terms of teams that cannot be in the same group as each other. So does that mean yes, Cape Verde going in Group H with?
Yeah. So to recap, it's Germany, Ivory Coast, Ecuador, Curacao, France, Senegal, Norway, and FIFA Playoff 2.
That's a tough group. That is a tough group.
Yeah. And then Spain, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, and Cape Verde.
Also worth saying, let us know in the comments section what you make of Scotland's draw. We are in Group C alongside Brazil, Morocco, and Haiti. This is not 1998 that we are taking you.
Do you know what though?
Back to, but do give us your thoughts on the
3 different
on YouTube.
regions. We've got South America, we've got CONCACAF, and we've got Africa. That's not bad. That's not bad. That makes it a bit exciting. By the way, the French group, France, Senegal, Norway, and it is the winner of Bolivia, Suriname, and Iraq in that group as well. So that group slightly eases off when you get to 4th place there. Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, or Kosovo will go into, I presume, Group D. Yeah, Rio. I could do your job, Rio. So USA, Paraguay, Australia, and one of Group C's winner, which is Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, or Kosovo.
Always should be pointed out. Remember, Donald Trump's kids can play for Scotland because his mum was Scottish.
Yes, that's
good.
Yeah.
So
do any of them have?
we could have a late call up for Eric Trump.
There's going to be a beautiful cock up in admin when Steve Clark accidentally calls up Baron Trump instead of Conor Barron, and then he's straight in there. That's what's going to happen, Colin.
Do you know a really weird story? My mate Jason's gran was the person responsible for Donald Trump existing. She was a Polish woman who emigrated from Poland to New York and set up a maids agency, and Mr. Donald Trump wanted a maid, and Maggie from Scotland had arrived that day, and she sent Maggie to Donald Trump, and that is how Donald Trump's mum and dad met, and it's my mate Jason's gran. Weird story.
Oh no!
Sorry, that's quite incredible, and the kind of story that we needed at 7:05, Colin. When you can tell, I really hope that
Kate Winslet. I'm sorry.
I really hope somebody's just tuned in at that exact moment. You're like, my mate Jason is effectively the reason why Donald Trump exists. I absolutely love that.
I'm loving some of the comments on YouTube. Can't believe I've got to go back to Butland Minehead just so I can relive the redemption arc in the same place I was in 1998. If that's the case,
what were you doing in 1998?
I was in P3, so I don't feel like I need to go back to primary 3.
Yeah.
I feel like,
although I feel like I'm in P3 trying to understand this draw.
John McGinn slamming the group winner into the net by his bum to send Wycliffe Jean's boys home. The hips don't lie. It's 1998 vengeance.
I must
coming.
say a lot of the comments seem to be full of pretty positive Scotland fans that think we're going to get a bit of revenge as to what happened the last time we were at a World Cup in '98. Do you just not see it?
I don't know. I'm reading messages coming through. So Haiti, my mate Stu says 0-0 draw written all over it. Beat Brazil, lose to the other two, and out on goal difference.
Oh, not goal difference. No, we can't go out of another tournament on goal difference.
But we could beat Brazil, lose to the other two. Potentially Brazil v Scotland in Miami.
That's
The idea of these
I mean,
beautifully
great for
toned
a-
Brazilian men and women walking down the beach, both of them got their bums out, to trip over a drunk Scottish guy asleep on the beach. That is what we want to see.
We might get tickets for Scotland, Haiti. That's one
Yeah.
thing to look
Yes.
Is Haiti one of the countries that we were told earlier that
Not allowed
the fans aren't
fans.
allowed
Yeah,
in?
it's
to
not allowed
America?
fans in, so that would you would think that there'd be a much greater chance of Scotland fans being able to get a ticket. There'd be a greater chance you would expect. And depending on when we play them, it could be that it's a chance to get
By
out
the
the group
way,
by that point.
I have to say, I did want New York, Boston, and Miami. That was the 3 cities I wanted.
You got
Toronto
exactly
was
what
the
you
other
asked
one.
for.
So I did get that. If we get Atlanta, I've never been there, that's okay. But in terms of flying and like family life, to go a 6-hour flight is much better than doing a 10, 11-hour flight. We've avoided Guadalajara, which I said to you earlier, Amy, our ginger population would have a serious demise. It's, yeah. I have to say, though,
while you're out there.
well, yes and no. For the purposes of American immigration, no, I will not be working.
Right.
But yes, yeah. What I would say is I was in New York this year, so the New York game would be the 19th of June potentially. I was in New York on the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th of June last year. It was the hottest day in New York for 59 years. It was 42 degrees.
Wow.
So Scotland, Haiti, and 42 degrees in New York. That is hellish. Should we let Mark in? So let's let Mark in. Mark Donaldson was with us earlier.
Commentator Mark Donaldson.
Colin,
he's
you can
joined
go,
us.
by the way, anytime you want. We feel like we're taking you hostage. No, if you're happy staying on.
If you're happy to stay with us, Colin, please do. But we're
just
joined.
in case you've got your dinner in the oven or anything.
Well, I probably should go and do bedtime, so it's quite nice actually being here.
Yeah, do it. Do it. That's fine. You just tell your partner that you really needed to stay to watch the Village People to get the full audience. Mark, you were on with us earlier.
Oh,
you
how are you reacting to this, Mark?
I'm chuffed. I'm chuffed because this was all about the top 4
It's near
teams.
your house, you big lazy
is.
man. That's why.
I'm right in the middle of 2 of them. I can't even believe it. It's honestly the house. It's going to be rather busy. The basement and everything, like the man cave, the office, they're all going to be hanging out the windows wanting beds and bringing blow up beds
Amy,
and all sorts.
Colin, just to bring you on this, I have previously got the train from Boston to New York, and it goes through Connecticut. So you can literally go to your local train station and go right to one game and go left to the other game. That is...
Oh, you
Look
have
at
lucked
the
out.
smile on
You
the
have
boy.
lucked out here, Mark.
The thing is, he doesn't even know who we're playing. He just saw where the cities were and he's buzzing. Wait till you find out we got Brazil.
Here's what we kind of know right now, right? We've got the best option in pot 4. That was the most important one. Because 8 of the 12 teams, as you've been saying, will qualify, who finished 3rd for the knockout stages. So Brazil probably going to beat Morocco, probably going to beat Haiti. Right now, it looks like Haiti could be our first game and Brazil could be our last game. Confirmation tomorrow. What that would mean, like in 1998, Brazil played Norway in their last game and they were already through. So that could be a benefit for Scotland. It's only a 5-hour time difference from Scotland, and every single venue that we will play in, with the exception of Miami, you can get a direct flight from Scotland. So logistically, we've lucked out, and I think we've done well with Haiti in pot 4 as well.
We were
That's-
one away
Mark,
from getting Italy. That would have been an absolute disaster.
Yeah, Mark, I like the fact that you're holding on to the positives. As you say, pot 4 could have been so much worse, the teams that we could have ended up with there. So, and I mean, the chance of revenge from 1998, Mark, what do you think?
Morocco would be the one I'd be looking for revenge. I mean, Brazil's 5th in the world, Morocco's 11th in the world, and Haiti's 84th in the world. Here's another thing, and I spoke about this.
I was literally just searching
that. I spoke about this when I was on with you earlier. If we draw Iran, which we haven't, or Haiti, the likelihood is there'll be more Tartan Army tickets available because Haiti will not be given any away allocation. The Haitians are not allowed in this country by Donald Trump. So hopefully that means more available. The other thing is as well, first game's going to be in Boston or New York. If it's New York, 80,000. I was there recently for the Oasis concert. Massive. There'll be tickets available for that one. And to be honest, if you're a neutral and Scotland are playing Haiti, you'd probably close the curtains. So that gives more opportunity to people for with kilts on to go to that game.
To get themselves in there.
I've been to that stadium. I went to see New York Jets play there a few years ago, and it doesn't have a roof. It's very open plan. That time it was October. I got soaked. This time I'm currently concerned about, like I was saying just before you joined, Mark, I was in New York at the exact same time this year, and it was 42 degrees. So
We need to get you
but
a
it'll be
cap
warm
in
rain.
Factor 50.
we need to get me a cap. I don't need a cap. I need essentially
Some
a
form of
cagoule.
suit. Yes.
It'll
Who do we
be
think our first games
It would be
against?
warm
Have we
rain.
worked it out?
I was lucky
Wait.
enough to commentate on Real Madrid Barcelona last summer from MetLife, and even although it's a massive cavernous stadium, it's a brilliant venue for an atmosphere. And given where we could have been, and some of the places like Toronto with a smaller stadium capacity, and Kansas City not the biggest, hard to get to, I think we've won a watch logistically. And I can see, I mean, I know we're probably going to get about 8,000 officially tickets for the game if it is MetLife, but even the Patriots where they play, and I'll get to that, by the way, because if you think you can just go to Boston and walk to the stadium, you'll need a sponsored walk. You could raise 100,000 for charity by the time you get there. It's nowhere
Where
near
is
Boston.
Foxborough? Where is that?
Right, so Foxborough is the equivalent of Kilmarnock to Glasgow. It's south. Seriously, it's like flying to London and it's London Luton.
Is it where Ryanair would fly to? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Or
What are the
EasyJet.
connections like, Mark? How easy would it be to get there?
You can get a train. You get a train from Boston, underneath the Boston Garden. You can get a train from there, and they do a match day express. It's difficult to get to by car simply because there's one road in and one road out, and it's where Stevie Nicol, my ESPN colleague, used to manage the New England Revolution. They didn't have to worry about crowds and getting stuck in traffic, but it's 40 to 45 minutes south of Boston. But you know what the Scottish population in the northeast is like? Yeah. Scotland will not be without supporters in this neck of the woods. And of course, getting a direct flight from Scotland. If it is Boston, it's Boston or New York for the first game. We'll find out tomorrow. But be prepared. It will be a bit of a trek. And you can't exactly say, right, let's have a pint in Boston, down by Boston Common, and then just go to the game. That ain't going to happen. No.
Breaking
not
news.
Like Germany.
Breaking news. Steve Clarke has stood up to the village people.
When you say stood up, are we
Steve
talking
Clarke
square
is giving
goal?
He's giving it the YMCA full on.
No, he's ready to fight them. He is ready.
He's clapping rather than doing the action. Trump's in his seat, but Steve Clarke is up.
That's why are they here? Imagine
Steve Clarke dancing to the village people is not something that.
Amy, let me ask you a question. If you get told 4 years ago Scotland would qualify for the World Cup and Village People were the last song on at the thing,
and we'd be doing a live YouTube.
What was most unlikely?
Be drugs tested.
Those two things. It's just insanity.
Trump is up and dancing. He's doing a very strange Peter Crouch type dance now.
This is just. It feels like a fever dream. Right, let's get our final thoughts before we wrap this up.
Yes, because we're about to come off air. So, guys, overall, just quick word, Mark. What do you think? Having seen the draw, are you reasonably happy? Could it have been obviously a lot worse?
After drawing Brazil and Morocco, I thought it couldn't get any worse. We've gone from the group of death to the group of dearth to an extent because we have got Haiti. So I'm buzzing now, and hopefully a win over Haiti in the first game can kick us on and we can get to the knockout stages if that is the first game, and Brazil can lie down to us in the final game to let us through to the knockout stages. There you go.
Colin, what's your thoughts?
I'm struggling to see us getting 4 points. That is my worry. And if the day after Haiti, the newspaper headlines are Haiti crime after we've drawn 0-0. Very good. You can see it already.
That's excellent. Amy,
I think we have to try and get through in 3 points. We need to remember 74 World Cup. We played Zaire in the first game, and then after we were 3-0 up, we started waving them back to conserve energy. We need to batter Haiti.
To be honest,
actually not a very fair phrase to use about country. Terrible national damages. Wow.
We got so close to the whole
There's your
episode.
grenade
know,
right at the end.
Just
there we go.
Air.
I can see the headlines now, Colin. No, my final thoughts, I would say, Ray, is just I'm trying to be positive, and I'm hoping that the actual campaign, once we get there itself, if it's anything like qualifying, that we somehow manage results, and the performances might not be the prettiest, but we somehow manage to pull it out the bag. And if we have our best players fit, I have quite a lot of confidence that we'll be able to do that.
Yeah, I've just had a thought there. Haiti has a lot of voodoo in their culture, and let's be honest, you're not going to be able to stick a needle through John McGinn's arse on a doll, so he is safe, and I think we're going to be okay. I just think, I said to you at the start, I just want East Coast. East Coast makes everything much better for the Tartan Army. And I'm so glad that we can all go and stay in Mark Donaldson's house.
Yes,
that is
Mark.
all we need in life.
Mark,
By the way,
Colin.
Amy, if we lose to Haiti, then Steve Clark's our next guest on Sacked in the Morning.
Yeah. Mark, we are going to clip this up and we're going to revisit this in a matter of months' time, okay? Oh, Mark, Colin, thank you so much for joining us on the World Cup View Along. It's been brilliant to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Sail it on. Amy.
Oh.
We got fit.
You've got, do you not have a gig tonight?
I've got 2, yeah.
You've got 2 gigs tonight, and it is currently 7:15.
Yeah,
A round of applause for this man, and he will be, worth saying, you're going to be joining me on the Saturday show tomorrow morning.
Yeah, oh God, I might as well just come back and sleep in this building.
I was going to say, put a sleeping bag on that sofa.
Not a bad shout. I can use all these papers.
Here's that flag. You can use that flag.
That was actually quite fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Let's never do this again.
You sound surprised. I was going to say, nice to see you.
There's about an hour in when we were like, I don't think this draw's ever going to start, wasn't there? There was a bit. And
I must say thank you to anyone who stuck with us on the watch along on YouTube. It has been an absolute joy to have you. And yes, Scotland now know we are going to the World Cup. We are in that group with Brazil, Morocco, and Haiti. We'll find out the exact details, exact locations, times of the obviously the fixtures. We'll find that out tomorrow. But from Ray and I, thanks for being with us.
I'm away to watch Rio Ferdinand's showreel. See what else he's doing.
I'm away to find his agent.